Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday, 8:30. You know what time it is? It's beer therapy time. How you doing? Here with Joe. We're guestless right now because the power situation in Texas has taken out our guest, and he, texted me a couple minutes before, we were gonna go, and he was like, "Hey, I got no power. I keep getting power. The rolling blackout. So, it is what it is. Texas is kind of like, when you remember when Elsa went crazy and she just like froze Arden, wherever they're from, in Frozen. That's what's happening to Texas right now. So, and he's in Texas, so it is what it is. So, how's everyone's night? How y'all doing?
Johnny, the last time we had a guest cancel at the last minute, a shaman appeared. I'm just, who knows? Remember when I had to cancel at the last minute?
Oh, yes, it's right.
I canceled at the last minute, and there came the shaman. All right, let's see who's in there before we get rolling. Holy cow, there are 20 of you guys in here. This is an actual challenge. A challenge I enjoy, mind you.
Yeah, this is great.
This is fun stuff. Okay, go to the very top. Bearded Vato. Orale Vato. Deliberately bearded Ron in the house. Jagan, what's up, my man? Bearded Wolf is in the house. Rob Brennan with the piece. Bushy Beard, what's up, Bushy? Valtimus Prime. I'm going to be talking about Vault here in a minute. Brett Berlin, the ever-present Blue Wrencher. Pete White, what's up, brother? Who else? Josh Ricks, King Ginger. Cat's got his tongue. Donald Long, what's up, brother? How you doing? Socially Bearded. Mick. Hey, Mick dropped a review. We'll talk about that, too. Bluegrass Bearded Can. Hey, I'm telling you, Johnny, when I do UBA Kentucky, now I've done, there's 31 or 32 published, but I've done 40 to 43 of them. Kentucky has has the most diverse, cool range of foods in my research. I can't wait to publish it just because they have some really cool foods. Makes me also want to go to Kentucky. Irish Whisker, what's up, my man? Who else we got? Eric Kennedy, the one and only Ripkin. We'll see. He's not in my good graces, but he's not in my bad graces.
We'll see.
We'll see how he does. Rob Acker, Straight Bearded. Oh, Long Island Beard Co. What's up, my man? Good to see you in here. I see you in other chats. I don't usually see you in here. Sober Chef Eric, one of my two other musketeers on the film tip. And I think I got everyone. If I missed you, I apologize. Oh, wait, McMahon and Socially Bearded are in here? That's like when Helifat used to come on and then turn into PETA. I think Helifat got ticked at me after the election, so I think that's why we don't see him anymore. Oh, okay. But that's just a conspiracy theory. Who knows?
Another conspiracy theory.
Who knows?
The bee on. Barbara Show.
Oh shit! We had a shaman. One never knows. Who knows what's going on out there? Oh,
that's a great Instagram thing. We can start conspiracy theories on the bearded community.
So, McMahon, socially bearded. Is that right? Socially bearded.
Socially bearded.
I'd like to pay more attention to the guy's name, but he believes in circus cows, so I got to take him with a grain of salt every time we discuss things. But he did Captain Stash review, and it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, look at him. He's diversifying. So well done, Mick. Lots of shots of his cute daughter in his intro, which including the one where she killed the boar. She killed a boar.
Really?
Yeah. And Mick posted it on Instagram many months ago, but yeah, she killed this little itty-bitty thing with Mick's assistance, but killed a wild boar.
Oh, okay. They went hunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, he switched accounts so he could put folks in time. I'm teaching Lord of the Flies right now, and one of the themes of that book is abuse of power. And there you go, Mick.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's because you have the conch.
Mm-hmm.
You can go crazy with it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The blue conch.
The blue conch.
We all wax our bridges.
Oh my God. No.
Only if you video it and see how long it takes for YouTube to yank it. Which, you know what? There's Russian vaginal waxings and butthole waxings all over the place. YouTube probably wouldn't take it down. Who knows?
Vato, only because I know boar skin sells for a good amount of money. That's why. I was playing, because I was streaming earlier, Red Dead. And I was just killing things, skinning them, and selling them, and I want to play alone. So, it's weird because, I can play a game by myself, right? And I can be in my basement all night by myself, or I can go live and play the game and maybe have someone to talk to on the back, on the side, and it's cool. That's why I do it. I like it. Fun.
Woolly Wizard. I haven't tried any of his product, but he was on with Mick Did Alive and had Woolly Wizard on there. Good guy, whose name I already have forgotten. But it's Woolly.
The Woolly
young guy, cool dude, Canadian. He's as one of the X-Men used to call Wolverine, a knucklehead. I've always loved that term. Healthy Bearded, Jay Cruz in the house.
Oh, what's up, Jay? How you doing?
Jay Cruz is going to be on these very airwaves in 2 weeks, first week of March. Chesapeake Beard and Grooming. Thank you, Gary, very much.
Joe.
Look at Gary with the new digs. Yeah, Ben. Oh, Ben Jammin in the house, my co-host this week. Ben Jammin did an awesome job. Ben, are you still up at New York Casino, or are you back home yet? He and his wife took a little vacay. And they're at a casino near Niagara. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should change the title of this live. I didn't think of that.
I'm not. You know what? If you put something on besides beard therapy, I am not going to tell you to change it, dude. I'll tell you that right now. Clit Day is in the house. Oh, Mrs. Mick is in the house.
Oh, okay.
She's become our most loyal and only female viewer. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're almost at 310 subs. Nice.
Wait, new channel as YouTube took possession of the other lots of stuff. You mean for you, Gary, for Chesapeake? Is that what you're talking about, baby?
Yes, that's right. That happened to him. He what was it? Yeah, like he lost control of the channel or something like that. And
why?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe he went shirtless with that pasty ass white skin of his, and they were like, "No, thank you, no, thank you. We'll accept Barbaro Joe's fat ass because at least he is olive complected before we accept your white tattooed ass on there. Put the Dixon with the XX on it back on.
Damn,
you bastard. That's right.
Speaking of Dixon, I bought the one, right?
Yeah.
And because like I wanted to try it out because like a lot of the guys in the community have it. They speak so highly of it. They're like, oh, it's a great quality shirt and everything like that, and flannel. So I said, all right, I'll buy one, but I want to buy one that is that's themed, and they just so happened to drop a Shining.
Oh
one.
Yeah.
The one that the father, what the hell's his damn name?
Jack Torrance.
Jack Torrance wear when he was like going crazy in the hotel. So I was like, I gotta have it. I gotta have that one. That's the one I'm gonna buy. So I bought it, and I'm wearing it, and my wife's looking at me, and she goes, I don't hate it, and she's like, just you. She said, I like the way it looks. You look good. She's like, you look like sexy lumberjack, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then she's like, just don't like unbutton all of it, and then leave the top unbuttoned, and you wear a white wife beater on it and khaki shorts with long white socks and chucks. And I'm like, what, you think I'm like a gangster, like a Mexican gangster? And she says, yeah. She says, just don't go that route. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm gonna wear it normally. Like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, okay, great.
Johnny, when you posted that, I was like, damn, that looks accurate. I went right to my copy of The Shining. I looked at it and I'm like, yep, they did a spot on job with that one. That would probably be the only one I would wear too, Johnny, just because I love The Shining and I taught The Shining because I am not a flannel kind of guy. But they look good. I'm not nothing taken away from that. Bluegrass is very.
I think he got hacked.
Holy cow! Bluegrass is speaking Russian.
He got hacked by a Russian account.
Oh no!
Goddamn, it's KGB, man. It's striking again.
Maybe it's that same account that's giving him thumbs down.
I didn't get the Garth one. I don't know. I didn't like the way the Garth one looked. I'm digging that black and brown one that they just released. I'm like, oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, Tyson. I don't know what it is. I think I think the Bluegrass account has been hacked. That's not right.
So Johnny, I wanted to share this because this is for all you guys and all the jokes that have gone around me, right? So out of the blue, I think it was Saturday night, early in the morning, like 2-3 o'clock, I'm awake, and a comment on one of my Film Bits videos pops up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's from a female who I don't recognize. And here's what she says. Quick cuts to a shirtless, bespectacled man keep popping up unexpectedly between random scenes. I'm sure he's a nice man, perhaps even the editor and great narrator of these film bits. The occurrence spooks me is all. Barbato Joe, other than that, I have rather... So what she's telling me is I'm doing a shit job at editing because when I do film bits, I'm never on screen, right? But when I'm editing, there's like little fractions where you'll see me. And it's happened in United Beards of America, but I do United Beards of America with the shirt on because you see me on screen. It'll pop up and it'll just be like me sitting here like this, all fleshy. What? And so she's like... So I was like, God damn it. So I went in and the 5 that I had published that were private and the ones I had come back, I went and re-edited all of those. So you didn't get to see my... Literally for like a fraction of a second, but I didn't want to. She caught it. And she caught it. And she was very complimentary. And I just love the tone of it. And she's like, quick bits. And I'm like, oh, great. All right. Because if my students happens to watch one of these, that's not the look I'm going for. So
that's hilarious, actually.
It is very hilarious. Lazy ass editor.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should probably remove my last Russian comment. Oh, no. Yeah, we can Google Translate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whatever you say in Russian is, we can make in English. Oh man.
All right.
Yeah.
So I had a couple things I wanted to say real quick. One bit of hype for Beers on Film is we are going to do, Johnny Grooms, we are going to do a fan audience chat, whatever you want to call it. 3 dudes that have been with us, a lot of the way are going to come on. They're going to get paired up with each of us, and they're going to actually choose the theme or whatever in the films that we're going to discuss, and we're going to partner up and discuss them. And I think it's going to be really cool. It's going to be Waltimus. He's going to be paired with me, and we're doing mystery. Camo Cam is going to be paired with Eric, and they're doing teen films. And then Disney Beardsman, when he recovers from the COVID, because he's sick right now, is going to be paired up with Joe, and they're doing sports films. So I think it's going to be really cool. Get a chance to get people who maybe don't get on the screen. Although for those 3, they've all been on the screen before. Just have them, just do a little different twist. Hopefully it'll go well, and we'll bring other dudes on there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it should be fun.
Yeah.
Should be a good old
I haven't paid for a movie in years, a very long time, other than I was going to the movie theater. But this one this one movie I had to pay for, and I rented it, and I actually paid top dollar. I paid $20 to rent it, just to rent it, $20.
Wow.
More than a movie ticket to go to the theater. And it was Willy's Wonderland. It was the Nicolas Cage new film that he beats up possessed animatronic characters in like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of setting. And it was probably one of the best $20 I've ever spent in my life.
Really?
I had such a good time watching that movie. It was just perfect. It was so bad.
Yeah. Okay.
It was so awesomely bad.
Okay. That's what I was waiting for, that other shoe to drop.
Yeah, it was so awesomely bad that I was like, you know what? This is like one of the best $20 I've ever spent in my life. This is awesome. This movie's horrible, but it's so good at the same time. I mean, Nicolas Cage doesn't say a syllable. He barely grunts the whole movie. He just breathes heavy. That's it. That's as much as you get out of him the entire movie. He has no speaking parts. And it's just, he does so much by staying so quiet with the facial expressions and the subtle size and the body language. Yeah. You were like right there, like you knew exactly what he was thinking when he was doing stuff. It was great. It was amazing. It was an experience.
Okay. So this isn't to you, this isn't an indication of Nicolas Cage's star still falling. You thought it was actually a good film, even though it was bad.
I thought it was a great film, even though it was bad.
Okay.
And I just think like him not speaking and him not like going crazy, like when he does his animated rants in his movies, he has his eyes wide open and he goes crazy. He didn't do that. He was a very silent, like eyes down, brown like that. And every time a possessed animatronic went to go kill him, he stood his ground, stayed quiet, stiff upper lip, and he just beat the shit out of it. Like literally beat the crap out of the robot, out of the animatronic, and he'd rip the head off of each one. And that was the thing, to kill him for forever, you have to rip him apart. So, and then he would just put him in a garbage bag, tie it up, clean up his mess, and then put the garbage bag by the door to throw it in the trash. And every single scene, it was like another bag, another bag, another bag. It was really good. It was such a good movie.
I've never heard, and you dropped 20 on it.
Yeah, I actually spend real money. I never do that. I always find these movies online.
Yeah,
and I'm like, even the new Godzilla versus King Kong, I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna pay for. I'm gonna find it online for free. I'm gonna get it. Justice League Jack Snyder cut. It's gonna be like a 4-hour long Justice League movie. Oh, God. I'm not gonna pay for that. I'm gonna find it online. But this one, I felt that it needed to be paid for, because I didn't want the movie to fail, and I wanted the movie to gain some revenue. So I was like, you know what, this movie some people have to pay for this movie. You can't bootleg this one.
Okay, a couple things. Bearded Motivation popped in. Hey, Dave. Bearded Cheesehead came in. How's it going? Eric, Silver Chef Eric wants to know what the name of that film is, JG.
Oh, it's called Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland. James Pershing in the house. What's up, my man?
Why are we speaking in Russian?
Healthy Bearded is now speaking in Russian. Okay, so this is a thing.
The Russian virus.
Thing. Yeah.
The Russian virus.
The Russian virus. All right, now Josh, I'm gonna just address this. We now have a talking only rule for people's heads on this screen. I do not want the statue King Ginger. As gorgeous as your beard is, you have got to talk to get on here. Period. You can't be the Sentinel, brother.
Sentinel.
All right. Next.
Jake, stop bullying me.
Chad Straza, what's up, man? Weatherbeard, I saw you pop in. I meant to say hi, but I did not. Oh, and there's Chris. Chris, how's the God dang it, the alcoholic thing you're doing? Mead. How's the mead? The mead.
Yeah, how's the mead?
Oh, Gary, there's no vote. We're not going to let them on. We're people that come on the screen have to be able to talk. You know, that's just me being the management. It's a co-management decision, but we just, we don't want to look at. I can look at him screenshotting me his gorgeous beard. Russians like, oh, they do. This is true. This is true, but you have to wash well, from what I understand, Ken.
It should be the BGB target, since they have an entire campaign focused on Ken.
Apparently, we have to get together as Macho Man, and you are Dusty Rose. Oh, Chad, whatever, brother. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I could do a decent Macho Man too. It just trashes my throat.
Yeah, Macho Man has a hard voice, and you know what's crazy, because the guy actually sounded like that when he spoke normally.
Yeah.
So, like, that's his voice. He wasn't acting. He wasn't. Maybe he was like speaking a little louder, but that's how his voice sounded. He talked normally. Ken's gonna be doing this all night, I feel.
He is. This is his new toy. This is his new toy. Mick, try that wrench. Make sure it works. Target is on site. Of all the language too. The nice thing about Russian is that it pops. Like when it's Russian because of the alphabet. Johnny, how's the BTTF treating you? What is that?
Oh, the Back to the Future.
Okay.
Here to the Future. Sorry. Hold on. I'm just trying to decode. What Ken was saying in Russian. I just did. I did a quick Google Translate. That takes a lot longer than I thought it would be. The Beard to the Future, I have not worn it proper because I'm wearing products for review right now. So I just finished wearing about almost 2 weeks of the Peak CBD, and I'm going to be dropping a review on that this week. And I've already started using, where is it? Where's my, here it is. My Bandbox Fella, because I'm doing a review on that also. So I have to get to Beard Beard to the Future. I know that Chesapeake products work very well in my beard. Whether it be his poured butter, the Vitality, the oils definitely work. The co-washes and the washes, like everything from Chesapeake works in my beard. So I already know like it feels really, really good. So like, I know that it's going to treat me well. The Beard to the Future scent does smell really good. Especially when you wear it and you let it warm up and it dries down and all that. That's when it kind of like, opens up and stuff. So it smells really nice. Yeah. Also, all right, he's gonna be dropping three cents in CBD this Monday. Nice. So cool. My review will come out this week, and Monday 3 new scents will come in. Awesome. No, the CBD is perfect. I mean, I don't want to talk on it too much because I'm gonna be doing a review on it and I want people to watch it. So, but it's nice, real nice. I'll get into more depth in the review, of course. But it's good stuff.
Dagan is cussing.
Yeah, you gotta highlight it and put it into Google, and
it's quite a process.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No,
stop with the Russian. I can't keep up. I wish Google would just translate it all into English for me.
Yeah. What oil alone do the trick?
Do I need a pair of oil and butter? The full benefits?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. I know I've worn Vitality because I've always worn Vitality by itself without an oil sometimes. And I can get away with it because it smells, it makes my beard feel really well. I mean, really good, really well. That's a new name. Hey, Will Holloway, welcome to the stream. There he is. That's a new name, right? Will Holloway.
Will Holloway. Sorry, I had to. Where did he go? Holy cow, things are moving fast and furious. Where's Will Holloway? Oh, there he is. Vinny Hansen's been. I'll keep that in mind. Yes, that is a new name.
Yes, it's a new name. Yeah, Irish Blue is also a really good scent. I really like Irish Blue.
Yes.
That's the first Vitality I ever got was Irish Blue. And I have a really good, huge ring around that one. It's pretty deep.
Sorry, Johnny.
It's all right.
God dang it.
Beard Cheesehead with the Russian. The Russian virus is spreading fast. My goodness.
A lot of well, they're not communists anymore. I guess they're just, Russians. A lot of infiltrating.
What's with the what's going on in that Russian government today? Didn't they have a guy that was running against Putin or whatever, and then as soon as he got back, he got arrested or something like that? I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
They tend to kill some people off if they don't like Putin. Poison them and.
That's right, Cheesehead. That's right. It's Cayman Jack.
Oh,
ding ding ding! Look at
that.
It's like that Cayman Jack. Yeah, I'm gonna be buying this regularly. I'm gonna be buying this more than beer. I really like it. It's Moscow Mule, like pre-mixed.
Cayman Jack.
I love it.
Cayman Jack. I've never heard of it.
I'm gonna say this is that LOL in Russian? Kak?
It's an alternative way of saying cock in Russian.
Yeah, I think so. Oh my goodness, with the Russian. We give him more. You
have a bunch of fake bots that, if you pay. Yeah, I brought that up earlier, Ken. This is what I've heard. I heard it somewhere recently.
Yeah, they you can get that for looks like anything really.
Yeah.
You can get followers, you can get likes, you can get dislikes. I mean, if there's a way that you can any kind of engagement, you can do it.
I need some views.
God damn it, Rob. Come on, Rob.
Oh, now Rob's even doing it. Rob, who got upset when I sang rewind. Rob, who got upset when I sang the Beard Therapy Anthem on our anniversary show to the tune of the Canadian national anthem, is now going to start talking in Russian. Double agent. Double agent right there.
There is KGB sleeper cell right here.
Right there. Oh, he's going to make the God and Country mug.
Just,
the perfect cover.
Oh, exactly. You just activated him. That's
He's
it, man.
Put the Constitution on it because that's what he wants to burrow through like a little moth. I'm on to you now, Mr. Acker. Or should I say, Comrade Acker.
Comrade Acker.
Tovarish. Uh-huh. I got you. I got you, you rusky bastard. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, shit.
That is right.
We're on to you. We're on to you.
We are on to you. I bet, hey, anyone who has a God and Country mug, what are those things called?
Or cross.
Or cross.
Tumblr or cross.
Yeah, Tumblr or cross. I bet you if you look, you know how sometimes artists sneak their signatures into a piece of art and make it really There's going to be a hammer and sickle on each one of those, right?
So funny you say that, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing.
Look, examine your stuff. Examine your stuff for the little baby hammer and sickle. It's going to be tough. Get out a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
But they're there.
It's burned in there. Little tiny, like maybe the size of the top of a pencil eraser.
Yes.
Somewhere in there, burned in there. You're gonna find it. You'll find
it. He's even outing himself. That's how arrogant this son of a bitch is. Look.
Oh shit.
Yes, tracking microphones. Look at that. Look at that. All under Old Glory in the Constitution.
That's why there's so much epoxy on that thing.
Just watch him break it in and prying them out. Oh. Hey, Disney. Did I say I heard that? Yeah, Disney. Hey, what's up? Our man is sick. It's not the Magic Kingdom in his house right now. I'll tell you that. Hopefully he's doing better.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least you're home, right? I think he's home with it. So, as long as you can stay, at home and not have to go to the hospital and all that stuff, it's good. It's good. Well, it's not good, but it's better. It's better. I missed my shot of getting the vaccine. I missed it. I had a small window where I could have gotten one. Yeah. But I just missed it, missed it. So I have to wait for an appointment and everything like that. And getting it is so freaking hard to get it now. You can't just get it. You can't just go and get it. You have to wait for an appointment. No, first you have to wait for it to open up to be able to put down for an appointment. And then when you put yourself down for an appointment, by the time you get it confirmed, there's a good chance that your appointment may get taken by somebody else.
Yes.
It is not an easy process to get this vaccine.
No.
And I was really trying to get it because the only way I can go to the Disney meetup, my wife said that, she says, if you're going to go fly somewhere, I want you to get the vaccine. That's my wife. She wants me to be safe or whatever. Right. So
you need to do both doses. So you're looking at least.
And now I can't do that now because it's like you get the first dose and you got to wait 4 weeks, and then you got to get the second dose, and then you got to wait 2 weeks
after that, right?
So there's just it's over. Like I'm not going to be able to go to the Disney meetup because I wasn't able to get my vaccine. So
you could drive there and they could visit you in your rent-a-car like a little locked up dog. Like you could kind of just hang out by the window and knock on it, and they could all wave at you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in my car like in the bubble at Disney Springs. Like, hey guys, what's up?
Dude, you could go in one of those big round bubbles that you always, people play around it and try and bump each other with.
Oh, like a hamster?
You could be in the giant hamster wheel. You could just cruise through Disney on that thing. Nothing bad could occur in that. How awesome would it be to see Johnny Grooms doing the I will make the DNC meeting. That would be dedication right there.
Yeah, that'd be a little too crazy, I feel.
Yeah, it might. Hey, what's up, Scott? Bearded Zebra in his house.
Right, that's right. Disney. It's not a joke. It's serious. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the uber geek that Scott is. He's late because he found a good Pokemon card and he had to put it in the sleeve. I respect that, sir. As a comic collector, I respect that.
Hey, yeah. Back when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, I don't know if you know about Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is a card game, and let's put my drink down for this story. So I used to work at KB Toys, right? KB Toys no longer in existence. They went out of business.
Yep.
Did I ever tell you my KB Toy story?
No, I would remember.
No. Okay, so like I was working in KB Toys.
Oh, you worked there?
Yeah, I used to work there when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I used to work at KB Toys, right?
Gotcha.
So I didn't know that the particular KB Toys that I worked in, it was a ring. It was a ring of theft. It was a theft ring, KB Toys. I had no idea. I'm a high school student, right? I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I do the, I'm working and all that stuff, and they start to I'm working late, like I'm closing up and stuff like that with everybody, and I start to notice like they're walking out with bags and things like that and boxes of toys and stuff, and I'm like, hey, what's you guys bought all that? Like me asking, did you guys buy all that? And they're like, and they're like, yeah. But then like a few days later, manager pulled me aside. He's like, look, this is what's happening here. We're all on the payroll, and every now and then we just, you see something you want, we just take it and we keep it going. And I was like, oh shit, really? And he's like, yeah. He goes, so if you're down, like, just whatever you want, just roll with it. And I'm like, I'm in my head, I'm like, this must be like a test or something, like, cause I'm a new employee, whatever. Right. I've only been here for a couple months, like, so, and, but they were for real. Like they were really like stealing shit like crazy. Like the manager, he pulled his last day before the shit hit the fan and everybody got caught by loss prevention, because loss prevention had the place like cased out. They had like they had cameras and stuff like that. So they got these people. Like they have you on camera doing this stuff. The last day of his that he was there, he backs his truck up into the entrance of the KB toy store, and he propped both doors open with his trunk, the trunk open for his truck, and he's throwing in Xboxes, GameCubes, stacks of games for each. We had special edition Barbie dolls that were locked in a glass case. We had collector's edition Barbie dolls, and we were the only KB Toys that had it. That's what made our store special. And he threw like all of them in his truck and like just went. And where this correlates with Yu-Gi-Oh cards is that for me to not be, I guess, singled out and bullied, I had to take something. They were like, oh, you have to be, you got to take something. We can't trust you with this information because you got to take something. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And I took like a stack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I was collecting them. But what I did was the next day I brought them all back to the store and I put them back on the shelf.
That's because your mama raised you right.
And I put them back on the shelf. And then, but yeah, it was crazy. That KB Toys was nuts. They stole so much shit at the KB Toys. It was insane.
So it was just localized. It wasn't like the mob or some other gang was like.
No, it was just the people that worked there.
Just them.
Yeah, it was just the people that worked there. They stole so much stuff. So much stuff. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. It was insane. Imagine your kid, like you're I'm in high school. I'm in my senior year. I'm like, I work in the guidance office. Like I'm a good kid. Like I'm a good student, And I'm watching, like, what the fuck did you do? I'm like, pick me up right now. Pick me up.
Oh shit. That reminded me. Did I ever tell the story about me and an ex-girlfriend on Mission Bay at night in some very weird thing? Okay, that's a dirty 930 story. I'm gonna tell that one tonight. That's one that still rests with me to this day. So we'll do that in a half hour or so.
Wow. I tell you what, I have an ex-girlfriend story. It's not really a dirty 930 story, but Joe, it's Comrade Acker now.
Yeah. Get it right.
Comrade
Acker.
most secure live stream on the internet. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
A lot of blue wrenches.
Troops. We have troops now.
We do. Because we have all these fucking communists. Johnny
Yeah.
has to deputize everybody.
Yeah, we have all these commies here, so
Yeah.
y'all can't be trusted. It is 9 o'clock and I hear little feet upstairs. That means someone's getting their ass whooped. Mama Bear is gonna wake up and she's gonna kick some ass because I hear little feet and she's gonna any second. I could feel it. I feel it in my neck. Someone's gonna get their ass whooped tonight, and it's not gonna be me because I'm gonna be down here with y'all. So yeah, I have an ex-girlfriend story. So yeah, this happened. I was working at BJ's Wholesale Club. You know what BJ's is?
I know
BJ's
what BJ is. I don't know what BJ's are. I've never
It's
had
a store. Yeah, it's a store
Yeah.
like Sam's Club or Costco. It's one of those.
We don't have them out here.
You don't have a BJ's out there? Oh shit.
Yeah.
BJ's actually is one of the worst big like bulk stores. Like
Okay.
Sam's Club like destroys BJ's out of the water, and then Costco and Sam's Club, they're kind of like on equal playing field as terms of quality of products. So I was working at BJ's, and I mean we had Lotto. And you don't have Lotto at Sam's Club and Costco, but BJ's has Lotto. So I start, this is the girlfriend I had before I met my wife. This is my like ex-girlfriend, my last girl I ever dated before I found my wife, dated her, and got married. So holy shit. Yeah. So she had a really strict mom, like at the super strict mom, and she had 2 jobs. She worked at BJ's and she worked at the movie theater. So I just finished working at BJ's and I was getting over to the movie theater to see her, right? And I go and I'm driving to the theater and I see her in another dude's car driving the opposite direction.
Oh.
And I caught it, right? So my psychotic ass, what do? I fucking pop a U real fast. That's a U-turn. People who don't know.
Yeah.
Pop a U real quick. Hopped over the center divider of where I was.
In your car.
In my car. Yeah,
Okay.
I was in my car.
Yeah. Okay.
And I start gunning it down Route 1. Route 1 and 9 goes all the way from, I think, New York all the way to Florida. It's pretty universal.
Yeah.
It's a big road.
Right.
So I'm flying. I'm going like 80 miles an hour to catch up, right? So I'm catching up. I'm like right there.
Yeah.
And I pull next to her, and I'm looking at the guy, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, this fucking whore. I'm screaming and cursing like a maniac. I'm not paying attention, and then my car goes into the center divider on Route 1.
Oh.
Just a little bit,
Yeah.
but just enough to catch the front tire. Catches the front tire, pops it, and there, I'm done. My whole wheel is gone. I'm going I'm like flying all over the place. And ex-girlfriend made me drive into the center divider,
But wasn't she your current girlfriend?
Yeah, well, ex-girlfriend now, but current girlfriend at the time, then I came to find out that it wasn't even her. It was just a girl that looked like her. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
She was at work.
Oh.
Because I called the cell phone on the side of the road because I was going to yell at her.
Oh, God.
Caught you, and I'm on the side of the road because I caught you and I lost control of my car. Like I was going to go off, but she's like, I'm at work.
Oh, God, Johnny. Oh,
Yeah.
I so picture that.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is, guys, he's a good enough kid to put the Yu-Gi-Oh cards back, but he will go stark fucking bananas if the girl is with another dude. But not his wife, just, a random girlfriend in his early 20s, or however old you were, right?
Yeah.
And cause you to ruin a tire.
Yeah. I actually ruined that entire car.
Really?
I ruined the entire car. That
You could have paid for it if you'd stolen more Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
yeah, right. No. I ruined that entire car because the axle was never right, and I was too poor to fix it. So I kept driving around after getting a new tire with the axle like wiggling.
Yeah.
So the axle wiggling like bore it out.
Oh,
And like it made it really smooth inside
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then that affected the transmission, and it fucked up the whole transmission. I had 7 leaks in the transmission. I killed that car because of that. I should have never done that. Stupid me.
all on a mistaken identity shot.
Yeah, all mistaken my identity. And that's why for this day, I will always say the biggest mistake in my life was getting that first driver's license and first car. If I just waited like another 6 months or something like that, you just waited a little bit down the line. That's the event that made my life like go from like on the straight and narrow to like, and it was like a shit ton of problems like for years after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like now I'm just starting to like, well, not now, but like in the past 6 years,
Okay.
I just started to get back onto like where I'm on a sane, road where there's not a lot of crazy, there's no, insane financial mishaps coming my way, or like there was like I had a stretch of years where it was like the worst luck ever. Like everything I did turned to shit. Every little thing I did, like nothing panned out. It was bad. It was bad. And that was it. That was the start of it.
Wow.
How
long ago did you meet your wife?
I met her shortly after that incident.
Okay.
So yeah. No, she wasn't I wasn't even talking to her at the time.
Yeah.
I started talking to her a little bit down the way as my car was falling apart. So I'm picking her up for a date, and my car's like on the highway, the steering wheel's going like this. She's like, "Is that all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it."
Here's what I'm going to say to that tale, Johnny. It was many moons ago that I was the first one to bring up the fact that you look like a serial killer. I wasn't too far off from the truth. It may have been, your past, but that's some psycho shit.
Yeah.
That's
bad. It's pretty bad.
Like
I know that now.
Like a crowbar in your car or something. I just, you know that now. Well, that's good, Johnny. That's fucking good. If only Hitler had realized it, if only someone had caught him after the first 20 concentration camps were built and said, you know what, Adolf, might not be the right road.
Maybe you should pick up the paints again. All right,
Gary wants to know if you met the wife on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
But we were just coming out of MySpace. Facebook started to become a big thing back then.
James Pershing says probably because you were trying to kill people that look like other people. Oh
man, yeah. I probably would have never. If I can go back in time, that would be the one event I would change. I would change that one event. It would change my entire course of life if I did that.
Yeah.
Because the next thing that I did was I bought a brand new 2005 Dodge Neon that I could not afford.
Oh, I remember the Neon.
Yeah, brand new, 2005, brand new.
Yeah.
Dodge Neon, could not afford it at all because I was under 25. Insurance, what was it? The insurance was like $600 a month.
Yeah,
and then the car payment was a little over $500 a month.
Oh,
and I was making $300 a week.
Holy cow! So everything was that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fuck you with the insurance when you're young.
Oh man, my whole life was, poor decision planning. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me make an adult decision. I was under 25, just winging it. No one. What's crazy about it is that my dad is he is a CFO. He's like the top level accountant, that you can be for a company. And you think he would like give me like financial advice, right? Like you would think like, hey, you know what? Let me steer my son in the right path. Make sure that, he's okay. No, they were just like, hey, there's the world. Go.
Maybe it's because you're adopted. He was like,
maybe.
That's funny. My oldest daughter out of the blue just texts me today and says, I'm not ruining the temple of my body with a baby. I'll adopt. And I'm like, well, just let you know right now, adopted kids get half the gifts. That's just my rule. If you're adopted, I'll pretend I love you, and you get half the gifts. Christmas, birthday, I don't give a fuck. You get half the gifts. So we had this long conversation. I was just getting under her skin. It was so enjoyable. I said horrific things that I won't even repeat here, and that just lets you know how bad they were, just to try and get under her skin.
Wow.
I won't ruin the temple of my body. You mean 4 years of pot and alcohol that you've been consuming in college? You didn't seem to care about your body then, did you?
No.
Yeah.
No. Why not? Why wouldn't they? Yeah, I think
I take young cats whose dads didn't teach them right under my wing and school them. Kind of rewarding, but still going to be nobody at my funeral.
Oh.
Jesus.
All right, so case in point, we got to go to Rob's. When Rob dies, we go to his funeral.
Fuck that Russian. Fuck that communist bastard. That's why there's going to be no one at his funeral. Because everyone now knows he's a double agent. Yeah,
I'll wear the fuzzy hat.
He's got to die in winter, or you're going to look crazy. Oh man,
yeah, that's why. Like, I'm super. That's why, like, I told my wife, I said, we have to tell our kids exactly how things are, the way it is from now. Like, all of growing up, like, tell them, like, exactly the way things are and the way things are supposed to be, and just teach them everything. Because, like, you know, I was like, you know, it was just like go and with no guidance, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm gonna make sure that my kids know everything, you know.
Yeah.
And at least that way, if they fuck up, I can say, "Hey, I told you so." You know,
right?
See, my parents can't tell me that. They can't tell me that because they didn't tell me nothing.
Right. I am a petty, vindictive, I told you so kind of dad. I am, you know, because like you're not going to choose 50 years of wisdom, then you deserve what the fuck happened to your ass. That's all I can say.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Bearded Vato popped out so he could buy some thumbs down for Healthy Bearded's channel, but he's back. Well, I'm glad you've returned, Vato. Waltimus said something about you should watch Johnny play Red Dead, and I popped in on him the other night, just trying to give him tips. It was fun. It was fun, but I felt for him because, you know, I wasted many hours on the console version. I have lots of money, lots of level, all that kind of stuff, you know, and just watching Johnny just kind of explore. Isn't it a beautiful game, though, Johnny?
It is. It really is. I'm hooked on it.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous, and I love the hunting. Now for and we're not going to turn this into a game chat. Don't worry, guys. But now that I got JG Live, I can send you to the spots where you can catch a lot of salmon and a lot of trout, and those are good money earners.
How do you catch fish? Because I had to shoot one in the face.
You have a pole. You already
I don't have a pole. I have to get a pole.
You don't have one in your inventory?
No, I shot a fish today. I shot it. That's how I caught the fish.
You have a varmint rifle?
Yeah.
Okay, because the varmint rifle will work, but it degrades the quality of the fish. Whereas you could go fish, bring it in, and you'll make some money. All right, that's all the game talk, unless Johnny engages.
You know what's funny? It's like somebody popped into the live and was like, "Look, if you use a better weapon, you'll get better prey, like better quality skins and stuff." And I was like, "Really?" He says, "Yeah." And I was like, and I tested it out. I was like, it was really cool. But yeah, I had to shoot a fish because I just had killed this guy, and I had to wash the blood off my clothes. So I'm in the river and I'm washing the blood off my clothes and wading back.
Yeah, I've never washed blood off my clothes. I don't give a fuck.
No, because I like the way I look. I like the way the guy looks in the game. I don't want a big thing of blood on my shoulder because, you know, when you hide a body, you put the body over your shoulder and he's bleeding because he's full of holes because you just shot him. Okay. So I had to hide two bodies actually. So I hid two bodies in the brush and I'm full of blood. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to look this way. I look crazy. So like I washed my guy off, right? And then there was this big fish, this huge fish just swam right by me. Yeah. And I was like, I have to have this thing. So I tried to stab it with my knife, but that didn't work. So I just took my gun out and shot the fish, and it wrapped it up and put it on my horse, and that was it.
Oh, okay. So it was a big ship that because there are bigger fish that go on your horse, and then the rest you.
Yeah, it was a big fish. I had to kill this thing. I couldn't let it go. I had to kill it.
By the way, last thing: any animal you kill and get the meat from, if you find a little campfire, you can cook it up and save.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
All right. So no more Red Dead.
I mean, it's funny because like the guys that were watching me play, it was like there was a bounty for a female, and like it was the funniest thing to me. The first time I ever laughed so hard, like I legit laughed in the game because like I get her, and I tackled her like double leg takedown tackle, and I hog tie her up. And everyone's watching me like this poor woman, and I'm like, no, she's a wanted fugitive. Like she's wanted. I'm not doing this for fun. So, but the funny thing was that, and when I had her on the back of my horse, she tried to wiggle to escape.
Yeah.
So when you hit the button, he just throws a punch.
Yeah, if you go too long, she will escape. But yeah, I love that. She'll start mouthing off to you, and you get to smack her.
And you just give her like this close fist, like bam, like
yeah.
I said, this is my game, man. This is the perfect game. I fucking love this thing. I'm over here paying like $15 a month for World of Warcraft, and this game only costs me $5 and it's free. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
oh my god, holy shit! I'm making a change. I'm gonna cancel my Warcraft subscription.
Yeah,
because
I love that.
Hilarious.
It's also fun if you go to God damn it, I'm engaging. All right, I'm not going to, but you can set people aflame too. That's fun too. All right.
I will have to try that.
Asked, when do you have a set gaming time? But he asked, when do you do your gaming streams?
Oh, right now it's kind of at random because like I don't like to overlap with other people's lives. If you just like if you hit the sub button and hit the little bell, then you'll know exactly when I go live. But right now I don't have a set schedule. I may have to set one up. Because I play at all times and I'm always playing. You know, I play yeah, that's right, Will. I play World of Warcraft. I play all the time. I you know, but I play a lot and I don't stream as much. So, yeah.
I was out with my wife and I was watching you, and I didn't realize it, but I was actually talking to you. I'm like, get on the horse, ride it into the stable. And Kelly's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I literally didn't realize I was talking out loud in my fucking computer screen and you know, because I can see you. So I'm like talking to you. I'm thinking it's therapy. And then I realized, oh, Jesus, he can't hear me for life. Oh, shit.
That's not why I like the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. AG Raptor went upside the head. I saw Ron in there the night I was in there, too. When you had the shooting gallery going bushy. I think, who was in there with? Tevin was in there. Tevin, me, and Ron were in there the other night.
That's how I ended the stream. The last stream I did, that's how I ended it. I ended up held up in a tavern, and same thing. All the cops coming to the front door, just taking them out one by one. They would come up the stairs, taking them out. I killed. I don't know. I was on the wanted thing for like more than a half hour. I had a pile of bodies in the front door.
That's always fun. I love that shit. There's a great rooftop in Rhodes where if you got a good supply of different guns, you can just start picking them off, and they have to climb up a ladder to get to you, so you can hear them talking. So you can just whip on them, take them out with a shotgun, and then start using longer range weapons for the ones that are coming up. Okay, enough fucking Red Dead. I could do it all night. You and I could just talk online and just talk about Red Dead all night.
We just want to say hi. Hey, Tyson, how you doing?
Hey, Tyson.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, that game is. I didn't think it was going to be that fun. Like, I knew it was like I was like, okay, I'll get into this adventure game. I see people streaming it. You know, it's cool. Like, I'll do it. And then getting into it, I really enjoy that game, man. It's a great stress reliever. I remember back in days when I was playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And Grand Theft Auto in the what is it on PS2. Yeah. And I had the codes for all of the, like, you know, infinite weapons and all that stuff, and just taking out the town and rocket launch. Again, that wanted level all the way up. So
yeah, was that 5 or before 5?
That was Liberty City. Okay. I think that was 4 or 3. I forget. Either 3 or 4.
Right.
Oh.
So something else we're gonna do is. Johnny approved this when I ran it by him, is we want to do like an OG show. So I'm going to go back to our earliest episodes, like episode 1, 2, 3. And I want to look at the people that have been with us week in, week out. And I want to get all those, 3, 4, however many we want to bring on here one night, just as an OG episode to hang out and chat with us on screen. So whoever that is, it's whoever I see in episodes 1, 2, 3. If I have to go further, that we still see today. We'll probably do it sometime in March. I have 2 dates booked in March right now, so probably the latter Wednesdays of March if we're available. We'll see if we can get something together, schedule everyone at some time, hopefully March, maybe April, but we'll do that. And if you guys like that, then we could always, cycle more folks on here to hang out with us. Because you know what I'm finding, Johnny, is as I'm not as dialed in to the reviewing and stuff, it's harder for me, unless we're talking about people that have been on the show before, it's harder for me to cold call and reach out to guests that are company owners,
Okay.
So like if, it's Hanyak or Gary or, name who Ruddy Man, I know those guys, but some of the newer companies, just to go out and say, hey, you want to be on Beer Therapy? It's just something, if I usually like to have their product and try their product, and I'm just not buying stuff pretty much outside of select things, so I don't know where we'll go with the company guests outside of having guys on here again that we've had, but so it's either going to be community guests or I know, Johnny, you were working on one with that is part of the community with the records, with the Guinness records.
Oh yeah, we have a date.
Okay.
Shit. How long? Where is it? But good. Come on, my DMs are like, when I started Instagram, I never had
And I DM'd the Icebeard guy, but he never ever got back to me. So I don't think he'll be coming on. What happened? That's the serial killer look. What's the date? Tonight? What's the date tonight? When was the date? The date was tonight. And there you have it.
This is why you do this, and I don't.
Right. This is. Poor guy.
Oh shit.
So we had a guest. We actually were double booked tonight, I guess, and we'll see if Johnny can bring that guy back.
I am such a bad. I'm such a bad internet person. Yeah, I did unfucked up. Yeah, I did. It was my error. This is why.
Yeah. This is why.
This is why we have different roles. And Eric Kennedy said it the best. This is why, because my memory is shot, and if someone doesn't remind me, I don't know. No, I'm not going to say who's supposed to be on. I'm going to wait till the person. Yeah, we're going to reschedule. I hopefully work it out for him with him. Oh man, yeah. Oh man.
And didn't you mention something about like a company owner who's often in the chat? Like every week is one of our company owners that's off in the chat was going to come on here. Who might be based out of Maryland.
Yeah, but he didn't say like.
He didn't get back to you. You didn't get back to me.
We didn't set up a date. We didn't set up a date.
That's right. So that's on you, Gary Lewis. That was Oh, if it was me, I am still free tonight. That's right. That's right. How are you so scary busy? This is what Gary has said. Guys, I barely make a profit. Meanwhile, he's one of the most popular companies that's out there. I know he's doing good sales, but he's so scary busy that he can't DM us back. I think he might be a double agent too, Johnny Grooms. He works for the government, doesn't he? Doesn't he work for the government? He and Rob got awful close after they were not seeing eye to eye.
Oh,
it's all put together.
Man, it's like puzzle. It's like the Russian collusion puzzle piece thing happening. Holy shit!
He's a redhead. What was his main flag color? Fucking red. I could do numerology and symbology too.
That's right.
And he's very patriotic. It's like the other double agent.
If you're going to talk about my profits, I should be allowed to defend myself. I don't know your profits.
I don't know your profits either. I just know what you said. I know you sell a ton of stuff. So I'm going to say that your profits are probably pretty decent.
That's right. Dang Russians, man.
Either that or the mother country is paying you really well for your double agentness.
They're so integrated.
Yeah.
You know, they're so integrated.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. It's like Hydra on in Marvel.
Yeah. So. Let me tell you this. That government job that Gary has, so this is one of two scenarios. It's just this simple. This is easy math. Chesapeake either does really well or the Russians pay his ass really well, because not only does he have all of his bills, his Dixon habit alone would require a little moonlighting, a little like pizza delivery job 20 hours a week, just to buy all the Dixons. The guy has a pile of Dixons that he hasn't even opened yet. All right. That's how, and then he has the hats and he does the other subscriptions. Something is not adding up. Either Gary's not telling the whole truth on Chesapeake, or this Russian thing has got legs. Legs.
The Russian thing.
I took a 46K loss. Holy shit.
Oh my
Quit
God.
eating cookies. That's what I'm going to say. Quit eating the damn cookies, Gary. That'll keep the profits in.
Jeez.
That's what I would expect a Russian to say. Oh, I'm not hating James.
He just really likes flannels.
I don't need to know, Gary. It was a ball busting session.
Yeah. A real job and wife me money. Yeah. There you go.
Let me on Fook. I don't know this new platform called Fook, Gary. I know that Johnny is the tech guy and I'm the scheduler. So if he has us connected to Fook, you have to talk to him. You rat bastard. Oh, fool. That was it. He got his it was that Russian translation kind of got a little messed up there.
Oh yeah, well, the Gary will get around. Be an impromptu. All right, let's see.
Bring on Gary and
Why not? All right.
Okay, you're bringing on Gary.
Yeah.
Does the accused now get to face the accuser? That's a very American concept, Gary. I'll have you know. So don't be using our legal concepts against us. Not. Wish I could be like Diddy and have a Benz that I ain't even drove. Yeah, right?
Man. Yeah.
Right? But to be fair, I have a closet full of jerseys that I've purchased. Okay, I have a closet full of jerseys, many of which I've purchased as motivation to get my fat ass to lose weight, and it hasn't worked. So, all things being equal, there are many jerseys I have bought, and they cost a lot more than Dixon's that I've never worn. Hey,
listen, guy. First of all,
go ahead.
We don't disparage Dixon's, okay?
Okay, how did I disparage the Dixon?
I don't know, but I just wanted to use a big word. Don't fucking hate me. It's not often I get to use big words that I have no idea what they mean. So
you know what it means. Don't even try that.
Disparage. No,
yeah.
I don't know what it means. I'm just a stupid fat redneck from Maryland. I don't know what it means. Ooh, it's dark in here. Ooh, shit. I'm going to trip on something. I could feel it.
Uh-oh.
Emo, I've got a Seattle Pilots, brother. 69, Jim Bouton.
You want a 16? What? We don't talk about that here. Woo, let there be light.
It's 9:35. We sure as hell do.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, I can't turn my camera around.
Gary, have
you guys were asking about my Dixon collection.
Yeah. Those are the ones you have worn. We're the ones you haven't even unpackaged yet. Those are the ones I'm interested in.
Oh my God, he really does that. You do have ones that you didn't package. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Just these two, because I just opened the rest this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
About what, half dozen?
Save all the tags.
Yeah, I saved my tag too. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a thing.
No, the tags. Yeah, the tag is a sticker.
It's a sticker?
Yeah, the image comes off. It's a sticker. See,
oh shit!
So this?
Yeah.
Look, it's a sticker.
It's a sticker.
Don't take them off. These tags, you can sell these tags for $20, $30, $40 easy.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. So you want me to
Okay,
count
so
my
I
pickles
s-
real quick? Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
I see the thing now.
Because I'm very impressed with all the little bells and whistles like the Dixon on the buttons and all that jazz. And some I've seen you guys wear have been pretty attractive. It's just not my thing, but
Some of
I
the
would-
buttons say different things,
it's a fine looking shirt with a lot of quality, but it's just not my thing.
and it has a glasses cleaner in the corner of it.
Who does that? That's awesome.
I know, right?
It's just like, oh, let's just throw a glasses cleaner on the damn shirt.
I've got 64 flannels.
Wow.
But I have a new addiction. And
Uh-oh.
I can't read the chat, so if anybody's talking shit, you're welcome.
Josh is scared of me. He doesn't want to.
There's this holds 30 hats.
Yeah, there we go.
So I've got that. And then my wife, who gets tired of me throwing hats everywhere, did this little fancy thing for me where my hats hang on the wall.
Okay.
So I've got 2, 4, 6. I got 8 hats there, another 8 here. I got 1 on my head. I got to put this one on the wall. And I've got 3 in the kitchen that are not hung up. And I have 3 I ordered Saturday, and I've got about 8 on the way.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn.
And I got that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. No,
I got
no,
that
looks nice.
But no, so you were talking about profits there, pretty boy, and I ain't
Yes, I
talking
was.
to you, Johnny. No, so I just did my taxes today, and I took a 40 plus K loss last year on my business.
Ouch.
My expenses outweigh the income. It's been like this is a third year in a row. This is the biggest loss I've had. I just mark it up to growth. Like I have to buy more because, right? So I don't just like buy stuff for 10 oils, make the 10 oils. I buy stuff for thousands of things. So I have it, right? So you spend, that's why I tell people who say, oh, this is just easy. We're just going to throw some shit in a bottle and sell it. No, it's not that easy. I was just explaining this stuff to Beer and Mana a few weeks ago. Like you need to get to the point where when you buy your supplies and where you want to save the money is don't buy to make 50 bottles of oil, buy to make a few hundred, buy 500 bottles. It's going to be cheaper per bottle. It's going to be more upfront. In the long run, you're going to save money. So I have expenses that go well beyond my sales right now because like I'm planning for growth. You mean like I have new equipment? Like I just got the house down the hill. I just got a just got a commercial mixer that came in today. You mean I bought 3 powered mixer thingies recently. So yeah, so just expenses. So
yeah,
I mean my sales are good. I spent $48,000 in advertising. Now that's what Colin spends in a week, but hypothetically, I spent $48K just on advertising last year. You know what I mean? So
oh wow, I wouldn't even think about advertising. Yeah.
So yeah, so the expenses. You mean it's. So when I tell people I'm not making money. Like I'm not making money. I'm building a business. I'm not making money yet.
Not yet.
Well, even Bezos was in the red for the first X amount of years.
Who?
Jeff Bezos when he started Amazon. He was losing
That
money.
was a smart son of a bitch. I wish I. Who would have thought? Let's sell used books and become a
exactly. That's it. You know, he sold books. People don't realize that. That's how he started. He started selling books online.
Hey, Gary, you're old enough. Do you remember CD Now? Right when the internet started, it was like the place to get music at that point in the early 2000s, like 90s.
No, I remember Napster, but not.
Yeah, that's why I remember Napster.
Buying legal, not to say Napster was legal, but this is where you would purchase CDs. That was the first thing that Amazon swallowed. That I was like, oh shit! So now CD Now is now Amazon, and that's when they first started branching away from the books. Now you can get all your music there, and then it just became fucking nuts.
Wow, this is crazy, man.
I was looking at the chat because I'm on my phone. My computer's at the other house now, so it's like I don't have the access to do both things. Like,
right.
Well, actually, no, I have a Mac upstairs, but I ain't going upstairs. It's fucking cold up
there. Rob says you better hang cross, Gary. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Rob likes it in the corner. Don't let him. So you like my X? I know, Joe, you're a fan of my Expos hat collection. You like this one?
I do. I got to tell you, though, Gary, I'm not a fan of yellow. I am not a fan of yellow on a hat. No offense.
So, like, I got the yellow one. I have a burgundy one coming. Like the green one. This one's my favorite. This one's
the
my
green
favorite.
one I like. Burgundy would. burgundy.
This one's a good one too. The red one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What else? I don't know.
Or
I'll put the green one on for tonight. Let's take yellow off.
CD Baby. Well, Zebra, you're very young in comparison.
CD Baby.
Joe, I didn't show you this one. I got this one about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, well, that's the
Yeah, that's a nice one. I like that one.
That's the original right there.
Yeah.
I think the panels are colored the
I
same.
try to buy an Expos hat whenever they come out, and people are like, "Why do you like the Expos?" Like, I don't like the Expos. I just really like the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my next question. I was like, do you like the team?
Sober Chef Eric asks, "What brand mixer did you buy, Gary?"
An expensive one? I don't know. It's not a Hobart. Hobarts are like $5K, and I ain't rolling that deep. I didn't spend that much on it.
Emo, that was the
I bought one that if it breaks, I'm not gonna cry about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be not happy, but I'm not gonna. It's basically, I've been using KitchenAids, and KitchenAids are expensive, right?
Yeah.
So I have
They
like
never
the
go on
highest
sale.
level KitchenAid that you can usually buy. I have one of those, and the next one, and then the small one. The commercial mixer is just like $130 more than my biggest KitchenAid, but it's 3 times the capacity. So it just made sense. So I can make, because I use it for the Vitality. So I could do triple the batch now versus having to make so many batches.
That's great.
So
Was I supposed to be on tonight for real? Because I was looking.
No.
You were going to be on when I was doing the retrospective series, but Johnny had said something about you and the CBD line, and then
yeah. I
That
wanted
was
to
in March,
have-
I thought.
I DM'd you. I'm like, yeah, Johnny said blah blah blah. And it was basically I led you with the question like, so when do you want to come on? And your response was, okay. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, so I'm down forever, yeah. But I thought it was like in March when we were doing the CBD stuff, which I was because remember I told you because we're releasing things this coming Monday, so I'll have a lot more CBD to talk about.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah, we won't do that tonight, but spoiler alert or hint. I mean, scents are coming out Monday,
For March, Gary, for sure, because March is still half open.
and he's dropping a tincture. See the tincture?
Yep.
He's dropping a tincture.
And the lime, and I'll have the oil and the butters are all being independently tested, and I should have the results next week.
Nice.
So
Eric says 6-quart mixer. How many quarts is he's asking?
15.
15 quarts.
I didn't.
15
I was going to
quarts.
do the 30, but I don't have the space for the 30. Like I barely have the space for the 15. I might get another 15 if I can figure out where to put them.
Wow, my God,
That's 30 big gulps to you and me, Russ.
that's a lot. That's a lot of vitality right there.
Yeah,
It is.
It's like
I'm gonna
vitality for a
sit in it
village.
like a hot tub,
It's just
and then I'm
tally
going
all
to
for-
Rob.
yeah.
you know what's crazy, Johnny? When I think about like this is how ignorant and dumb I am. I think about like the oil and the butter and the balm, right? But I don't think about all the steps to get there. I'm like, okay, so you put the butter shit in a pan over the oven. If you're making it for 10 people, you do. But to make it, at scale, like Gary's talking about, to have all that real machine, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's like making a cake for 30 people. You gotta have the ingredients per person, and it's just a huge amount, and then that's how you do it.
It's about time management, right? So my biggest KitchenAid that I have, I could do my recipe for Vitality. When I started it, the initial recipe made 7 Vitality. So I take that recipe and I just multiply it how many times. What are you laughing at?
Eric
Kennedy.
So the comment about the official uniform?
No, about making sure that I schedule you, not Johnny.
Oh, what's funny though? I tell my wife all the time, I'm like, Dixon and Hat Club are the official uniform of Chesapeake. It's a business expense. She goes, yeah, I don't think the tax guy will go for that.
Hey,
you should. Well, why not?
Give it a try. Shit.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the Vitality, when I made the recipe, the test batch made 7. So I just multiplied that recipe, however much I want to make. Well, the KitchenAid, the biggest KitchenAid I have, will make 5 times that. So 35 Vitalities. So if I'm making multiple scents, I got to do it, clean it, do the next one, clean it, do the next one. Now I can make 3 times that amount, right? And then get one big batch done and clean it and then make another one. So I could basically do 6 small batches in the time it would take me to do probably 2
Oh wow.
before.
Nice.
But I'll probably still use the KitchenAid, the big KitchenAid for the CBD batches, because I know precisely when I make a 5-time batch in the KitchenAid, it will yield exactly 35.
Yeah.
In the bigger one, I don't want to take the chance of it yielding more, because with the math and calculations in the CBD, I want it to be exact because it has to be.
Right.
So those will still get made in the small batches until it gets to the point where the CBD is so popular, because right now I can't advertise CBD on Facebook and stuff. So it's just word of mouth, reviewers, and then I stick little informational cards about the CBD and all the regular orders. So those customers, and that's been working. I've been getting some orders from that.
Yeah.
But once it gets to the point where I need to make 200, 300, 400 vitalities at a time, then I'll do it in the big one and I'll remath it for that.
Do your kids help you? Because that sounds like a lot of work.
Absolutely not. See, this is the thing. When I say I do this by myself, like my wife is helping pack orders and stuff like that before. But when I say I truly do this by myself, I truly do this 100% by myself. Like I may get a little bit of help here and there, but enough help to say I have help? No. Like I truly do this. As soon as I clock out of my job, stand up and I'm working. Like get out of my chair because I'm in my chair for work, and then either got the mixture going, I got oils going. Sometimes Johnny says, Joe, you haven't seen it, but Johnny's seen my new. I have these 3 new fancy dappy stand mount mixers where I put a beaker underneath it and fill it full of stuff, and this mixture just mixes everything as long as I want it to mix. I usually have those going now during the day while I'm at work, mixing the oils and stuff, so you can get a better blend, like everything marries together better. It's just that this mixes it, and I can control the rate of the mixture and everything.
It's like a chemistry lab, and like when you showed it to me, I was like, it was cool because it was like the oils are just mixing up in there. I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
See, this is my fat lazy old ass. So you got to wash the beaker, you got to wash the mixer, you got to wash any other various and sundry receptacles you've used, and then pardon me, and then you got to do that X amount of times as you're making X amount of cents. Fuck me, just forget even assembling the butters and stuff and putting them into their containers and all that. Just the cleaning alone.
Here's the trick, Joe. I have my stand-up mixers. I have 3 of them. Each of them has 2 blend sticks. So I could run 3. I just take the stick off, put the new clean stick on there, put the new stuff on there. I could do 6 of those and then wash them.
Okay.
I've got multiple beakers. The KitchenAids, so I like, yeah. So I don't like literally wash them right after each batch. I have enough. I can just switch things out, make a new batch, put new stuff in, make it. And then when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, then I go and wash it all.
Yeah, okay. But that I mean, that's like, being at the busy restaurant and then having that mountain of dishes in the sinks kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
that's why when guys saying like, oh, when's this coming back in stock? When's this coming back in stock? I'm like, well, maybe Monday it's on schedule, but sometimes I don't get those things out as scheduled because making Vitality literally takes me all day. Like it's just because of the time it takes. It's not that it takes time to beat it or mix it, because I don't whip it. It's beaten. It takes time to beat it to sound it dirty, and so it is after
whatever.
You go look at the chat. I'm sure I'm missing some good stuff.
It always cracks me up with Emo. Emo usually is at the edges of the Dirty 930, but when he just comes straight out and says that kills me. He doesn't do it often. Hold on, I've got to look. The chat is just racing.
So Rob's like, I have a whole house as my lab. So this is the thing. So the house that I rented for the business is only 900 square feet. It's not that big. It's literally 1 living room area and then 2 bedrooms. So I have the lab set up in where the living room is. 1 bedroom is like supplies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the other one is the shipping room. And then, of course, in the kitchen, I have a shelving rack set up that has, it's like a metal rack. So there's spacing, the air flows through. I put after I wash everything and dry it, I set all the glass beakers and everything there. And then Yeah, and then the sink I use for the washing this stuff, and then the fridge I use for butters. But I am going to get a freezer, a commercial freezer to put in there for the butters. And the only thing I store in the fridge is not business related is I keep bottles of water in there because I don't drink the water. The water out of the well, you can smell the sulfur in there, and I don't like the way it smells, and I ain't trying to drink it.
Bearded Wolf had a nice thing to say. Said he doesn't know how you do it all, but respect. Yeah,
I appreciate that, Wolf. I don't know how to do it either. And listen, I'm not the only one who does things like this. But most of the guys that are at or above my level have employees or have help. Octane has employees. Colin has many employees. Luxurious Bastard, I don't know what he has. He never does it. He does lives all the time, but he doesn't do them while he's working. So I don't know when he's working. So who knows? But me, I don't have no employees. We have our postal lady is kind of our employee. I haven't had her over to do anything yet because she wants to work part-time. I just haven't had the need for her to come over yet.
You better get those sons doing stuff. How old are your kids again?
Dude, my kids are so with this whole doing school through the computer type thing. Like,
yeah,
they don't have time.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. I got you.
I know they're done with their work. Dude, my son's 7th grade, Peyton. His 7th grade English teacher thinks they're college students. The papers that they're writing, like he's up all night, man. Like it's because he's in all the gifted classes. So, like his teacher, they're like at a higher level what they expect. If he was in the classroom with the actual teacher there and like learning the things, he'd be a little better off. If she's just giving them assignments and expecting them to know these things, and he's like, I don't know. Like we have to use and when you write your college papers, you have to use certain sources. Well, you have to use certain sources. Right. What's the word I'm looking for? You can't use Google. You have to use
print.
No, like collegiate resources. Though, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. I've used them a million times in all my college classes.
These nuts.
These nuts. Yeah, I use them all the time.
These nuts.
Roman helmet. Abe Lincoln. El Salvador.
We start.
Anyways, there's certain resources you have to use. He's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, well, I can help you figure it out because we've had to use them.
Hey, I said it once. Now I'll say it publicly. Scholarly.
Yeah, like
scholarly
stuff that's been written by other educators or students, not stuff that's on Google type thing.
Okay.
I know a teeny bit about writing. If you need help, let me know. It won't be a big issue.
Oh, Lord Jesus H. Christ. I don't think that would help him, man. He's smart. He does it. It's just
yeah, but if I could
he's left to his own accord. You know what I mean?
I'm sure he probably has questions that he's trying to intuit. And if I could give him yes, you're right on track, or no, try thinking of it this way.
Yeah, but see, then if I have him, hey, video Joe for help, he'll be running around shirtless with a freaking animal on his head, screaming about the shaman and eating Abraham Lincolns. Like, I don't know what's going on over there.
Hey, don't knock eating an Abraham Lincoln until you tried it, from what I understand.
That just sounds awful.
So Rob said Kurt Cobain is gifted. That's Kellen, and yeah, they're both tested gift. Their IQs are out the roof. They have to be challenged. Like they're not being challenged by Kellen's and believe it or not, because Kellen has the ADHD and stuff like that. He just has like behavioral kind of focus, impulse issues. But he's smarter than a wit, man. That kid is a genius.
I'll challenge his ass. I'll say hide 10 of your dad's dicks and see how long it takes for him to find out.
Yeah,
there's a challenge.
It'd probably take me a long time to find out because I don't even. And I have almost 2 of everything, so it's like he could hide one and I wouldn't notice because I have another one. So
go on your dad's computer and make his next 10 shipments go to Barbadoe Joe in Pennsylvania. Let's see if he figures that out. There, I'll challenge his ass. Oh yeah, screw grammar and English.
Give him a mission. Give him a mission and he figures it out. Like that's funny.
Where's the
really like Gary doesn't have enough to do on his own just to fuck with his inventory and his shipping.
Peyton will help like I'll pay him $10 an hour and he'll come down and help me fill vitalities and stuff, which when he helps me with that, it really helps because I'll fill them, he'll cap them, and then we'll label them together and it just goes so much quicker. Yeah, labeling is what takes the longest. Labeling sucks.
Oh man. So yeah, like I'm waiting for the next Dixon that catches my eye, and I have permission to buy it. Not permission, but my wife is like, "All right, I won't care about it," because it's like it's like almost like a $60 charge,
Yeah.
because they're pricey. They're not cheap.
You got to wait till they go on sale. They do certain sales.
Yeah, but I don't want to buy it after the fact. I want to buy it while it's new. You know? What I mean?
No, they'll do sales. So like, look, it's because it's starting to become summertime, so they're
Uh-huh.
going to put some flannels and they'll release some and they'll put them on sale. They're strategic about it. The beginning of flannel season and the end of flannel season, they do sales, and then they'll put their short sleeve shirts on sale too for a good price. The short sleeve shirts, if you like a really light bamboo shirt, they're gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
Here's one. It's the one I bought last year. It's got little shamrocks on it, dude. But this shirt's so light and airy.
Yeah.
You feel like freaking Tony Montana down there in Florida with his little friends. I said Montana, like I don't know how to say Montana.
It's like I let it go.
Wow.
You know,
I hope
it's like
my-
Joey saying Mario and Mario, him and Ken, back and forth. It's Mario. No, it's Mario. Get the gabagool in the moots.
Oh my god. Yeah, so just waiting for the next one that catches my eye or something that I wanted that red rum one, but I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like the red and
The
black.
red rum? I don't like the red rum.
I don't know. Something about it. I was like, I wanted to get it because it kind of matches the Torrance one, and I'm like, like in themed. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait.
Someone asked me if I got the Valencia, the one that's just released, and the answer is no. And the reason why is because my wife said, "Hey, you need to stop buying hats and flannels."
Yeah.
Because I told her, I said, I'm going to cancel the DirecTV. I said, we just need to save some money. She goes, well, we don't need to save money. You need to stop buying hats and flannels. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, and if I cancel DirecTV, I could buy some more flannels than that.
There you
Oh,
go.
look at the people dropping the which flannels they got.
Yeah.
Pacifica, the red rum.
Ken is the red rum.
I could usually when they announce the releases, I'm pretty good at guessing which ones are going to sell out in nanoseconds. And
Yeah.
here's what happens, right? So Dixon is based in Arizona. They bought one of those huge. Remember, you'd go to like a industrial area and you'd see like a bazillion square foot furniture building, right?
We have one right
They
there.
bought one of those and turned it into this mega Dixon warehouse. It has like an indoor skate park. Like, dude, his employees have a great time.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Well, every release that they do, they release it in the store 7 days, 1 week before it's released on the internet. So people go and buy the shit out of them and then resell them on that Facebook Dixon page for 3 times the amount. If it's a collectible. Usually I'm pretty good at guessing, okay, this is going to be a collectible one. If it's themed after somebody like the Torrent or the Garth, they're going to be gone quick. If it's just a standard one, your odds are pretty good of getting it.
Right. Okay.
But they have what's called the Workman series. Like basically it's shirts based off of characters from like movies or just history. So like the Kurt Cobain one, the Torrance one, the who else?
Did they get the blood spatter pattern right on the Kurt Cobain one?
Yeah, they did, right?
Awesome.
That way. Yeah, shut up, Joe.
Did they get the little chunks of brain matter and skull?
You know what Kurt Cobain joke I've hated my entire life? What color are Kurt Cobain's eyes? Blue. One blue this way, one blue that way. I hate
Oh,
it.
I've never heard that one. That's a great one.
God, that's dark. That's a dark
Emo's
one.
in here. He can attest. Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain.
Oh, that's harsh.
She
I
did.
heard that rumor too. I heard that
Dude,
rumor.
there's so much information out there that anybody can come up with that answer. But speaking of Kurt Cobain, our Scent of the Month for April, which releases in March, is based off Kurt Cobain. Nirvana. It's called Aberdeen because he was from Aberdeen, Washington. And why is
Okay.
it in April? Because April's when he was murdered by his wife.
It's coffee, rain, and blood orange.
No.
Joe.
I'm not telling you the scent profile, but I could tell you it has 2 scents in it that Joe likes.
Ooh.
Oh.
It has 1 scent that you like a lot that may be
Ooh.
reminiscent of Kingston.
Oh. I thought you were going, since it was Kurt Cobain, even though I made this joke already, I thought you were going with
No.
Powder.
No, I wouldn't do that. I grew up a huge Kurt Cobain fan. I would never say that it was
It's messed up. It's messed up.
But
gunpowder, blood orange, rain, and coffee.
but there's 1 scent in it that I have never done.
honey.
That I refuse to do. And I
Oh,
do.
really?
Well,
it's not gunpowder.
I got into a new addiction that I've been itching for because I really like Gundam. It's an anime.
Gundam, yeah, baby.
Mobile Suit Gundam. Like I'm a huge fan of Mobile Suit Gundam. I try to watch it as much as all the other sub series they have. But I got into Gunpla. If you don't know what Gunpla is Gundam plastic, and what they're model kits of the Gundams, and they're highly detailed and all that stuff. And they're like anywhere from $30 to $80 a kit, right?
Oh,
well,
hold on.
makes
For those that don't know, for the non-geeks, Gundam, the Gundam idea in Japan are like the robots, like Transformers, kind of, but they don't
Sounds
transform.
sexual though.
Yeah, but they have pilots, so you go into their head and you can control them.
When you play him, do you say Oppa Gundam style? Ooh.
No. So anyway, they're kits that you don't have to paint and you don't have to glue. You just take them apart and like you file down the little plastic ends that come from the sheets, and they snap together. They're snapped together kits that are highly detailed. They come in a bunch of parts. So I'm gonna start making these time lapse YouTube videos of putting together kits. Yeah. As part of like
You want to know how I know Johnny's serious about Gundams? Because when I made a joke, he goes, "No." Like it wasn't even like, oh, and he was like, "No." Like it was that dead serious, like, no.
Because I wanted to finish my thought without getting sidetracked. So it's like, that's
John, do you have stickers? Do you paint them? Do they come pre-colored? Like
everything comes pre-colored. You don't have to paint them. You don't have to glue them.
Okay.
Because I used to build model cars, like model kit cars from the craft store, where it would be like you have to use the craft glue and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So like now these kits don't come that way, and they're like highly detailed, and there's like different grades and all that stuff. So it's a huge community of the Gunpla community is huge. So I'm like, I'm gonna start doing that and grab those people to sub my channel.
That's gonna be on the Johnny Grooms channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up on there too. It goes along with the gaming theme.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna do it.
No teeth.
Exactly, Eric. I don't know if that was based off of a Japanese thing, but that is,
it
the
is
American idea of Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim was a wasted opportunity of a movie. I feel like they could have done it so much better.
Yeah. I agree with Johnny. You want to know why I agree with Johnny? So at the time, who were some of the two biggest television actors at the time?
Well, they had Jack,
Charlie,
right?
Jack and Clay. Charlie Hunnam and Knucklehead, who played Hellboy. Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
So what did they do? They stick them in another movie together, and then they made another movie with them. Where they play like a gay or trans, I don't know, whatever. Ron Perlman puts on lipstick and stuff. They screwed the pooch with that. They could have used different actors. They were using who was hot, and Jax Teller doesn't translate to, hey, put me in a giant fucking robot and save the world. Like that doesn't translate, right? You should have done something more like Captain America or someone like that, right? Someone you would think would be in a robot, not Jax Teller.
Right. I'm with you. Whatever happened to Charlie, man? Ever since
have you seen King Arthur?
With Charlie no, I haven't.
Great movie, dude.
Check it out.
That was the best I've seen him perform since Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
Great movie because you get to use his English accent.
Yeah. But hey, English actors can always do a better American accent than American actors can do a British one. I'll tell you that right.
Dude, I about shit myself when I found out he was English because I'm like, there's no way, because the way he sounds like Billy Badass.
I know.
And then he goes on a thing and talks like this, and I'm like, what the hell was that?
So many actors. I've been like, what?
English things. Have you watched Outlander yet?
I know of it. I don't. I have
watched. So no, I haven't been watching this. Now it's on season 5, which is only available through TV. Netflix goes up to season 4.
Okay.
Great. If you like Scottish and early American history, you'll love it because it basically deals with a chick from 1940s who travels through some stones. Like it's not a time travel, like gimmicky time travel. She just like goes through the stones. You don't get to see how or why, but she just does, and ends up in 14 something, basically 200 years backwards in Scotland, where they're fighting the battle of what I can't remember the name of it, but anyways, pretty much when the British army defeats
Wallace,
the Jacobites, and she meets, anyways, there's a lot of true historical points in the show, which you can actually relate. If you know history, you can be like, you know what, that really happened. Obviously, it's in the show. And you can see kind of like where if this was a real story, where some of their actions would have altered our lives like now. So it's pretty trippy and pretty cool, and I think it's pretty time authentic. And there's boobies, so
There's boobies. Okay.
boobies because
Okay.
hey, the people in Europe love to show boobies, and this was the 1500s.
Hey, let him fly. Let him be free.
I'm all about that.
That's all I'm saying.
Let 'em fly, let 'em be-
Don't hold him down. Don't hold him down.
One of the main characters, Claire, who's the lady who traveled from the 1940s, goes back. She teaches this 200-year-old Scotsman some things that people didn't really know how to do back then. So he was mesmerized by Miss Claire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so did he do a Dirty Sanchez or what was going on?
No, I don't know. But he calls her Sassenach. So I call my wife that all the time, and she gets pissed. I go, "Come here, Sassenach." She goes, "Shut up."
That would have been great if they'd done an Abe Lincoln, because that would have been an anachronism. Like, this guy doesn't live for another 200 years. Something's wrong here. Or 400 years, or whatever the hell it is, based on the time period.
Imagine you can go back in time with all the knowledge you have now. Shit, what would you do?
Yeah. Well, she goes through there's only certain stones, and only certain people can go through these stones, and you have to have a gem, but you have to be able to hear like this buzzing.
Okay.
But it's crazy. So
that'd be awesome.
You got to watch it. Outlander's dude. It's a good show. Like at first I was like, my wife was watching it, and I'm like, oh, this just sounds stupid because I'm not into like those kinds of shows really.
Yeah.
And then I looked over. She was watching her phone in bed, and I looked over and I see boobies. I'm like, whoa, what is this? What is Outlander? I'm like, I might have to watch this. I started watching it from the beginning, and I'm like, you know what? Take the boobies aside. This is a pretty interesting damn show.
Pretty good show. Yeah.
There's a lot of factual things in there, and then maybe some fictional things that didn't happen, but just learning like, did that stuff really happen back then? Did they really treat people like that? Like, dude, it's just fascinating, and I've never been fascinated with that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of maybe it's Joe rubbing off on me, or maybe I'm just growing older. I don't know.
It's that one, because Joe doesn't watch a lot of fantasy.
No, it's not. This isn't a fantasy thing. It's a historical thing. I'm not into
it's a little sci-fi fantasy when you start time traveling.
So this is the thing. And that's what I thought. But this is the thing. They don't explore the time travel in a sci-fi way. It's kind of like, oh, this witch just popped up through a stone type thing. Like it's a witchcraft, but it's not. I'm telling you, you got to watch it because I can't do it justice by explanation. It is not sci-fi at all. There's no sci-fi anything to this. This is more like a mystery type thing, but it's not. I hate sci-fi shows. Crucify me if you love them. I'm sorry, but I'm not a sci-fi guy.
Yeah, me either.
And this is got no. It's not sci-fi whatsoever. Nothing. No.
I'm waiting for the Hard R show on HBO or Amazon or maybe Showtime, because Showtime does Gigolos, that shows like sexual practices through the centuries. I think that would be so interesting.
Through the centuries?
Yeah, like, okay, so like what things were hot in the 1500s, what things are hot in the, because it's the same, but it's also different, because you had shit like the chastity belt, and you had all these kind of different things. You're like, shit, are you kidding me? I mean, my friend Scott went to he went up into like North Dakota, Idaho, all that area, and he stopped by an old brothel, and they had like a menu. I think I posted it on Instagram. They had a menu, and just the terminology and the way they call it. I think that would be fascinating. I would,
there's brothels in this show. I'm just telling you, you got to watch it. I promise you, Joe, you will like this. If you like the movie Braveheart,
yes,
yeah,
you'll like Outlander. You will.
Talk about how we hate sci-fi right after one co-host talked about space robots.
So all right. In the Victorian era, because I had to just Google real quick.
Like, go ahead.
Historical sex. In the Victorian era, disease was rampant.
Right.
In the Victorian era.
Right.
So they made a rubber condom in 1855.
Rubber? I thought
they made it from animal intestines.
Yes. Animal intestines. That goes back to the Egyptians, were the first.
Well, that's not rubber, then, is it?
He meant like a rubber.
Yeah, like a rubber.
It's like the casing of a sausage, because they use intestines for sausage casings, so that's kind of like that.
both a literal and a figurative sauce.
Hey, you know what? I was just gonna say, that makes sense. You know what I mean, sausage, basically.
Hold up. I can't even. Can I show
Hold
this?
up. Hey.
There is a 4-pointed urethral ring, right? So what this ring is supposed to do is it's supposed to prevent nocturnal emission. And what it is that it is a ring with 4 spikes on it.
See,
And you would put around your thing and with a cloth tie a knot, and it would stab you your dick, and you won't have nocturnal emissions.
see
I can see. Can you see Johnny's internal struggle with what word to use there? Am I the only one that can see? Like, even though it was a millisecond, he had like a 20-minute struggle in his head on what word to say.
Here's what I
That's
tell you.
what came out.
I teach one of the books I teach. I talk about the Victorian period, and I use these historical anecdotes. And they talk about this family where there was 9 kids, and the dad made the wife or the mother only make breakfast for 8. So if you were late to the table, you just didn't eat that day.
Right.
And that's how you taught punctuality. And there's a severity to the Victorian period that it doesn't surprise me that something like that would exist, because it's just not a nice time. And I could go on and on and on. There's
what's funny though?
Go ahead.
If you watch Outlander, you'll notice a lot of things they did back then. Because I questioned to my wife, I'm like, that just makes no damn sense. Why would they think this? And because one of the main characters was a combat nurse, and then she came back again. She was a doctor. So she's doing medical things, and they're like thinking she's crazy, but their things that they were doing were like, oh, you don't feel good, so let's bloodlet. So they're cutting your veins and letting blood come out and giving you mercury. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with these people? But
I'm looking at a
they didn't have
Victorian.
science. Speaking of science, my wife's a science teacher. She loves science. I hate sci-fi. I know James mentioned, talk about hating sci-fi after we talk about robots. This is the reason why I hate sci-fi. It's because it's not real. I have a huge disconnect with connecting to anything that's not real. Just like in training, like for work, when I was a police officer and we have to do role playing and scenarios in our training to learn to do things, I can never associate that with a real situation because you don't have the real emotions attached. Like if you're training to go into a building to get a bad guy, you know what I mean? If it's training, there's no fear attached to that. So there's no real emotion. So your reactions and your behaviors are not going to be the same as they would in real life. Because in real life, no matter how big your balls are, when you're going in those situations, there is fear inside you at some point. Because if you're not afraid, you're a maniac. You do have fear. Now, fear, not necessarily in a bad way, but fear in a sense that something is going to happen that you don't want to happen. Either you're going to get hurt or they're going to get hurt. One of the two are going to happen.
Right.
So when you're doing these training scenarios, if I can't associate a real sense of fear, like I can't take it serious because no matter what I do, at the end of the day, we're going to go and have a cup of coffee afterwards. In real life, we're not drinking coffee together. One of us something's going to happen. So you have to have that fear associated. So translate to why I don't like sci-fi. It's because there's just no connection. I can't connect that to anything. Nothing in my life I connect to that really ever happening to me.
Right.
So I just can't connect to it. And that's
what about something that is like do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I've got it all. I don't know.
Have you ever heard of the show The Man in the High Castle?
No.
It's really cool. It's the premise is Japan and the Nazis won the war and they have colonized America. And Japan owns like the West Coast. Colorado and that area is like a neutral black market crazy zone. And Germany owns like the East Coast over.
Kind of funny that the Asians would own the West Coast.
It's natural. It's where a lot of Asian immigration comes in from. But it's not sci-fi, but it's just like it's a reimagining of something that could have happened historically. And you kind of have to put your stuff on. You have to put your suspension of disbelief and say, okay, let's see what happens. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it's a good show.
I don't know if James Pershing is out to get me today because I told him that it's okay if he didn't like something. I don't know.
This is James.
But I know James. So on Outlander, I don't connect with the whole time travel stones is like a millisecond of the whole series. Yeah, that's like just a very minute thing of the thing. Everything else is stuff that historically happened to a sense, right? Like
Right.
there was battles. Like when they part of the show, they're over here in North America now colonizing. That really happened. There
Right.
was battles of the redcoats with the non-redcoats, whatever the hell they're called,
They call them the regulators.
regulators. That really happened, right? So I associate to that. So, and when you watch this, you can associate. If I was alive in that scenario, I can feel the fear that they may have had. Like I would have had because back then, you can kill somebody. Basically, nothing was going to. What are they going to do? Google your name to find out where you're hiding? No.
Exactly.
So there's a real fear knowing that, you know what, that really happened. So I can associate to that. Now, Star Trek, that shit didn't happen. I can't associate myself with that. Not yet. We have the Space Force, but we ain't flying around there killing bubble-headed aliens yet.
No.
Why they gotta be bubble-headed?
I was trying to think of the name of what they were, Klingons or whatever they were.
See, I'm still on the Victorian era sex toy thing right here. You guys totally changed subjects, but I still have it right here. I'm looking at a Victorian era dildo here made out of ivory.
I was just going to say, tuck ivory lace dildos, and there you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
they said hysteria was back then was sexual frustration,
right?
And it was like an affliction that women needed curing of.
That's what the male doctors called it, because that hyster root is the same in hysterectomy. And so when men didn't know how to diagnose a woman's problem, whatever it might be, they just used the blanket term hysteria. And this is a connection to that as well. They had dildos all the way back to they found them in Pompeii, where Vesuvius erupted and buried the town, and I think that's the 1200s, the 900s. So yeah, those have been around a long time.
They've been around for a very long time. Yeah, they said that the common misconception is that the Victorian era invented sex toys, but it's not true.
No, they go way back.
That's
You think
so
it's
crazy.
one of those things that we've always enjoyed as a human race. So
I
we're
like
gonna.
how James says space stuff is just future history. Is that even a thing?
It's just future history. That's right.
Come
It's
on,
history that
screen,
hasn't
it's fair
happened yet.
game. Let's talk about this.
Fair
man.
game. Hey, I want to say something because we're getting close to 10:30. And
I pumpkin at 10:30.
since Gary's on here, Gary, if you're enjoying Snack the World, Gary's the whole reason that Snack the World exists. In that he told me about the subscription service and he gave me the idea to do it with Bella. So as we have the same subscription service, we are waiting on this month's subscription because then Gary and his sons and me, Bella and Dante, we're going to go live and we're going to do the same unboxing together with the same tastes. And I'm gonna break that into 2 episodes like I've done everything else, and that should be airing sometime in late March. Really looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. But you get to see G-Lu and Sons, something you guys don't usually get to see. You take the Chesapeake out of the picture and try and sweet and salty snacks. So
Kellen, people see Kellen a lot when I do lives because Kellen likes to be a pain in the ass.
okay,
Here's my last snack from this last South Africa box.
Tex.
Did you like that?
It was very dense, but of a country that I liked very little of. It was probably like third.
They had more savory in their box. But
really?
The balsamic onion chips were killer, dude.
Did you guys get that brick of freaking nougat? Did you get that thing?
Did you get the balsamic chips, the balsamic onion?
Yeah, we got the fruit chutney.
Oh,
Fruit chutney.
Fruit chutney crackers. Fruit chutney cheddar crackers.
Hey, it's like flaking
Oh.
away.
dude, those are good.
I didn't like those.
Oh, you see, this is gonna be a good episode. You guys stop talking about it because this is gonna be good things where like you're gonna
last box.
That's last month's box. We don't
Oh,
need
okay.
this.
With the new country.
It's gonna be interesting to see like what you like and what Gary likes and what you don't like and what Gary like. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see that. It'd be funny.
Yeah, that'll
This is
be fun.
interesting. So it's wafers, and then in the inside is like that Aero chocolate stuff.
Yeah, and it's really dense, but it wasn't bad. It's just a very dense candy.
Yeah, it's a Nestle.
Yeah, they had a few Nestle things, which was surprising.
It says made in South Africa. The I'm gonna look into the different box. We've been doing this specific box, the snack crate, for probably 3.5 years now.
Oh wow!
So
Well, I can highly recommend Universal Yum Yum. That one is really, really good. And my wife for Valentine's Day was like, I want to get you another box subscription. I'm like, I already have 2 box subscriptions, honey. How many can I? But we found one that it's called Munch Crate, And rather than being a themed country, it's just a mix of different country snacks.
Ooh.
So that
Like
would
that.
be cool because that could be like a special snack the world, like just that Munch Crate where you get a bunch of different ones.
The reason I like Snack Crate is because it comes with a box and it comes with the stickers from the country and a little pamphlet to tell you about the.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I have. No, I
Well,
don't.
here you go. Well, hold on, Gary. This is, I just so happens, this is Yum Yum's box on pamphlet on the Netherlands.
Okay,
Ooh.
so they do that too. That's cool.
Stroopwafels.
Yum Yum.
And it's a little bit better. I think Yum Yum, they say they're a slightly upscale snack and their materials are a bit better than Snack Crate, and it's right around the same size.
Is it
But
the
the
same
box-
price?
It's right around the same price. But the box is a little bit bigger, even though you get the same amount of snacks. I mean, we got this bag of cookies. I don't know if you watched the Netherlands video, but we got this package of cookies that was like giant in comparison to other things. And it was like a full-size package of cookies that lasted almost 2 weeks. Because so they'll send you some big stuff as well as variety. So I'm
Our
very happy
struggle-
with Yum Yum.
Our struggle with Snack Crate is, but they've gotten in the beginning, we couldn't tell which was gluten free and what wasn't. But now they're getting really good at letting you know what's gluten free and what's not, because Kellen can't have the gluten.
Right.
Jay Cruz wants to
yeah.
ask you a question, Gary. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't. I had to open up the chat. What Jay Cruz say?
Dick, man.
He wants to ask you a question.
Okay, ask the question. Just
Mhm.
highlight it because I have
Yeah. He's got to type it first.
Highlight it, Jay Cruz.
But my nephew in Arizona, we get him the Snack Crate too. So it's him and the boys kind of get it, have something they get together that's the same, and just because it's cool for him to.
Do they FaceTime ever, or
Sometimes Jay Cruz, you dick.
what a dick?
I knew he's a cyber bully.
Uh,
I don't know why. Who's got a blue wrench? Block his butt. This dude goes on the internet, makes fun of everybody, wants to cap on people.
yeah,
And then he wants to put Ken in a bag. Oh, talking about time Ken's in his bag. Like, why do you walk around with Ken in a bag? Like, I don't get that. Like, one of these days, Jay Cruz is gonna walk around the corner and Ken's gonna cap him, put him in the bag. Like, I don't get it.
Jay Cruz,
Holy,
young man.
he's like 38.
I'm gonna take you. When you come on here, I think I told you this before, but I'm going to reemphasize. You will not need to exercise the day you come on therapy because I'm going to work some pounds off your ass that night. I guarantee you this. I am going to work your ass that night for even daring. Listen. This is like an assassin's trap. He's like the choir boy. Can the guests ask something of Gary, please? He said it like 2 or 3 times in the chat. And the guests, so he's setting this up. I fall for the trap, and then he's like, "Oh, he's at an attack on me." Well played, Jake. Well played.
Well, it's like, did somebody tell him don't type questions in the chat unless you ask permission first? Is that like
No.
no.
Yeah. So Cruz, hold on. Cruz can't before Cruz can ask a question. He has to go. It's Cologne. Oh, that's good. Talk to me nice now. Talk to me nice.
I love Talk to Me Nice. Johnny, we're gonna have to use Talk to Me Nice that whole thing. We're gonna
They've
have
asked me the ice cream question before when I was on the show, Disney Bearsman, and the answer would be I would take ice cream flavored shit. If I had to choose, if there was nothing else, like if it was choose one or the other, or we're gonna slit your throat, I'll be munching on some vanilla shit in a heartbeat. So that's all I gotta say. Because ultimately, even if I'm eating ice cream and the Texas ice cream gets cold, but the ice cream tastes like shit, why do I want to keep eating that? You eat for flavor, not for whatever.
Gary, you're one of the few, the proud. Yeah, I saw Pershing. I saw Pershing's comment. I saw his comment.
So we only have a few minutes, right? So let's tell the story. So I created the scent, right?
I'm sorry. That was funny.
We were in a behind the scenes discussion. Joe was involved in this discussion. I said, "Hey guys, I'm having trouble coming up with a name. This is the scent. This is what I want the scent to do. What it reminds me of. Blah blah blah." Joe came up with all kinds of crazy names that I would never associate to scent, like asshole Rainal liquor or some shit like that. So Mike Rib says vintage, and when he said it, vintage stuck in my head. Like that does what the scent reminds me of, something vintage. Joe hates that word because it's so basic, bitch, and yes, I am basic, that he would have rather me named it Rectum Liquor than Vintage, and he suggested so. So, in his disgust of my choosing the word vintage, he decided to drop a rap on me, which he did a very. If Joe is like the heavier M&M, he's more like the XL M&Ms. You know, like the fat M&Ms you get, jumbo M&Ms. Joe could drop bars better than Johnny could break in cars. I'm telling you, the dude could do it. I'm pretty good at doing those things too, right? But I'm telling you, if Joe was able to like not get out of breath rapping, he'd be a millionaire by now. He has a hard time. It sounds like he's almost rapping on a treadmill, which I don't suggest anybody try doing. But besides the fact he can't breathe, he can rap like a son of a bitch.
Breath control is real, man. That's part of the whole thing.
I forgot where I was going with this, other than the fact Joe hates vintage. He hates vintage,
Joe hates vintage.
The word. He doesn't hate the scent. It has honey in it. Joe wants this scent, but I need to put a label in there that says Joe's rectal juice, and then he'll wear it.
Okay, firstly, just two little edits to that, or two little addenda to that. I gave him a lot of usable names. Gary may not have liked him, and that's fine. I gave him a lot of usable names before I went to the other one, because I said my argument was even that would at least cause your eyes to raise. Vintage is like a flash of day. There's just nothing about it that's exciting. All right. Why would you call a product you want people to purchase vintage? Now, I realize I'm in the minority here, because I bet you a lot of you sad sacks would buy something called vintage because you have no taste in the English language. There are far better words out there that you could use than freaking vintage. All right. But that's okay, because you're not buying it for the name. You're buying it for the scent. And I realize that. Everyone has a line in the sand. Mine is, I am not going to buy a product no matter how great it is because it has a shitty substandard name.
So the next name of product, I'm just going to call it Joe. And nobody's going to buy it because they're going to have a shitty name. But Joe's going to buy 300 of them.
You're assuming I like my own name. I didn't get to choose.
No, I know. You're right. You didn't get to choose your name. But you know what? When you're 18, you had the choice to change it, and you didn't make that choice. Therefore, you liked your name.
Yes. Call Abe Lincoln for Joe.
No.
You
know what? And listen, I agree. The vintage it's a simpleton name. It's simple.
Yeah.
But it stuck to me. I cannot. It just made sense with the scent direction. Yeah. And you were coming up with great names, but they weren't connecting to the scent.
Don't slather my ass now. Don't you dare. You haven't said that.
I'm not slathering it. I'm saying you have an inability to create great names.
You're in there.
Anybody could throw out great names. I could throw out 100 right now. Don't mean they're going to match the scent.
Yeah.
Right? You just didn't connect it to me. Mike, instantly it was connected. And I tried to disconnect from it. I tried to not want that word. And it didn't work. Hey, I wanted nothing more than to call it anal ass scrotum liquor like you suggested. But I couldn't shake vintage. Like, it's just in my head.
Yeah, I mean, when it clicks, it clicks. It's like the house I'm in now. Like before I saw this house, before I bought this house, we saw 70-some houses before this one. And we walked in, and it clicked. I mean, it's not even our perfect ideal house. It's like we walked in it, and it was a feeling, and it was like, all right, this is it. You know, I regret it, but it's okay.
I kind of connected to like.
Like 20.
Yeah, you probably did. So people they don't do it no more because Johnny threatened them, but people used to associate Johnny with a serial killer. He has that look, they say, right?
Yeah.
So he can't kill people in real life, so he doesn't have video games. He can't shake it. It's stuck with him, right? Like, that's how vintage was for me. I couldn't shake it. So I had to stay with it. But I could do vintage in real life. I don't have to go to the video games and kill people.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, though, I left to go to the bathroom or something, and I come back, and I hear Johnny Grooms, you're talking about your video game. He goes, yeah, I killed the guy. There's washing blood off my hands. I'm like, what the hell did I miss? Because I left, you were talking about driving a car and hitting bumps and stuff, and then I come back, and you killed the guy. I'm like, this is a story that apparently I need to know more about.
All right, Diablo. Firstly, your name means devil, right? You know that. I know that. So for you to stick up for anything that is, vintage is one of these, and I'm not even going to get into it. You enjoy it. Enjoy it.
I have a scent coming out here in a few days called Luxurious. Are you going to hate that too?
Don't start me. Luxurious is actually far better word than vintage.
Yeah, okay.
Luxurious is a great adjective.
You know what the scent is?
What?
It's a Barbados Joe Pimple Plus juice. Smells horrid.
Looks
Horrid.
awesome. I've got the video trailer for it. You can just put that up on your site. Short and
I'm
sweet.
just kidding. That's not the scent, but that is the real name of something.
Vintage
Okay.
is what you call a 70-year-old hooker who doesn't want to give up the trade. That's vintage.
No,
Okay.
that's classic.
It's,
Oh, sorry, 50-year-old hooker. Pardon me. No, vintage
Did
is
you
old.
say 70-year-old hooker?
yeah, he said 70-year-old.
Classic is 25. Vintage is older. So it's a 70-year-old.
I
hooker.
mean-
What 7-year-old is out there turning tricks? Like, what the
I mean,
hell?
the way COVID has hit the economy, I would not be surprised to see a 70-year-old hooker these days. I'm just saying.
Eric
I wouldn't
Kennedy,
judge it.
nice throwback.
What did he
Yeah,
say?
why Eric Kennedy is a gamer because he knows I hate holidays. That's well done. Well done. James Pershing. Let me
You
tell
hate
you,
holidays?
Yeah.
I hate them all. That's outside of a couple. James Pershing, since you're working on the road now, may your left front tire suck up as many sharp objects as possible and leave you stranded in the middle of nowhere, Maryland. All right? How about that? You
Hey,
can
if you
walk
get
all the
stranded
way.
in Maryland, James, I got you, boo.
And you know what you could do, James? You can sit there and take out your pack and just vintage the hell out of it. You could buy 9 bottles of vintage. You could rub your man teats with it. You don't have to just keep it to your beer, James, because you're going to be out alone on a carless road for hours, brother. And that's
Dude,
a guy I
Maryland's
love.
so small. I don't think you could be stuck out here for hours without a car passing you.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
did.
good.
James kind of lives in the wilds of Maryland because he's over on the
That's
western
funny.
side of the state.
I'm
He's
in
up
the
to where it
southern
gets closer to West Virginia and a lot of forest.
Yeah.
James works on the road now.
Speaking
He's
of the
work-
road, you want to know what happened to me recently there, Joe?
What's that?
So we just released Beer to the Future, right? Which is our what did I miss from?
Rob Acker.
That was Russian toaster. You spelled toe wrong. It's TOE. You know, they chop the toes. They don't toast it. So
Or stick them up your ass.
we released Back to the Future theme scent Beer to the Future for our scent of the month.
Yeah.
We keep it at 100 because I'm like, I want this one to be extremely limited for collectible reasons because it just has a sentimental connection to me. So I wanted to be limited for that reason. After it sold out, a local customer of mine who I've met a few years ago messaged me, says, hey, I missed the scent release, but I would do anything. I do not pay premium dollar for a sticker. And I had plenty of stickers left, and I was not going to charge him for a sticker. And he's like, I have a friend who has the time machine. I'm like, say what? He goes, yeah, my friend who lives an hour from here has, and he sent me a picture, the 2-spec DeLorean time machine. And I messaged him like, where the fuck were you 3 weeks ago, Larry? Really? There was a DeLorean time machine an hour away from me that I could have hit 88 quick. The freaking video I could have done for the release of this show, this scent.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
So, with that said, there will be a second release of Beer to the Future coming up because I have access to a fucking time machine. So we're going back to the future to tell that guy who made the scent to make it again.
I love it.
It's
That's science
happening.
fiction. That's science fiction, Gary.
It's not science fiction. It's Michael J. Fox fiction. Okay, that's a new word.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's. Rob said. That's what he said. He's used time machine to go back to the future. I mean,
Dude,
to go back to the past.
You give Michael J. Fox a glass of milk, you'll have a milkshake in 2
for
minutes.
3 hours, I
Hey.
fanboyed over the fact.
Poor taste. Oh man,
Come
poor
on.
guy.
Come on, you heartless man.
Scotty, that wasn't supposed to get you. That was supposed to get him because he did the damn scent.
You know what? Because I just heard someone making fun of Michael J. Fox. That's why. I heard somebody making fun of Michael J. Fox saying he was acting. He wasn't really, he's not really sick, and he amps up the shaking because he's acting, and then it got me upset because I watched the guy suffer trying to talk while shaking and shit. And
I
Did
don't
you
know
see
if
him on
this is
30
true
or
for
50?
all Parkinson's patients, but when you have Parkinson's, when you try to maintain it and talk, it agitates it more. So it
Yeah,
seems like
makes it
you're
worse.
shaking more than you should because you're trying not to shake. So it kind of like triggers a little more.
Yeah.
Probably
He
not for
did.
all.
He did a whole season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, like recently, within the last 10 years. So the Parkinson's was, being controlled by medication, but you could tell it was Michael J. Fox with Parkinson's, right?
Yeah.
And he was so good. I mean, he's not the same dude, but he had the same comedic timing, and he could still do the acting with the facial stuff. And Larry David is a genius writer, but Larry David was able to take that whole Parkinson's thing and make it hell of a funny without being insulting. It's if you're a Michael J. Fox fan, it's I don't know which
They
Curb.
probably take a lot of takes though, because I'm sure they just didn't do. Oh, here's 5 takes and we got it great. I'm sure it took quite a few.
Yeah. Beard
Well,
code, that's horrible. Of course it was. It's 3930. Oh, what? I'm gonna just like make it. I mean,
Hold on.
that's not-
Did you guys just meet Joe tonight?
You know?
Is he new in your life? Welcome,
Yeah.
world. This is Joe. He's a dirty son bitch.
Yeah.
That's Joe. Right?
930 isn't just about like sex stuff. It can be like off taste stuff too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the I have a child with a disability card, so I can make any disability joke. Oh wait, hold on. I'm laying it down right there. There you go.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
Go ahead.
I don't think because you know what, this is not a conversation for it because it's not gonna go bad. But
Right.
I don't think that's like me like, oh, I'm missing a leg, so I can make fun of people missing legs. No, not really. You can't. Like having a disability doesn't justify making fun of somebody. You can make fun of yourself all you want, and you can do that till you're blue in the face, not other people. That's my opinion.
Well, you're gonna be more humane than me now, or what's wrong? Where's your new leaf? When did that turn over? Are you serious? Are you serious at this point? You're gonna call me out for being a prick?
No,
That's what you're doing right now. That's exactly what you're doing right now.
you're not a prick. You're Joe. You're our prick. We love you.
I was gonna say, until you made a very good point, I was gonna interrupt you and say, yeah, but you named a beard oil vintage. But you make a very good point. And I think that's the way to look at it. I totally do. I think you can make fun of yourself, but you can't do that to others and think you have caveat. Because I do that to Kelly all the time because she likes watching like My 600-Pound Life. You know that show?
Yeah.
And I will just drop some things that just piss her off so bad. I'm like, have you seen how fat I am, honey? Fat people can make the fat jokes. All right. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, it's kind of
And I am
But
critical in that sense because I tell my wife, if you're skinny, you can't make a fat joke. But if another guy calls me fat, it's cool because he's fat too. I'm cool with that. But
Yeah.
if you're skinny, shut the fuck up. You can't say nothing.
You can't say that.
Right, but like you said, you can make the fat jokes about yourself, but you shouldn't make them about others.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing about
Oh,
humor.
you know what,
these
Joe?
days.
Who cares? We make fun of people. I mean, it don't matter. It's all funny games.
Right.
Someone's words hurt your feelings, and you need to reassess your life, not
Fair
their
enough.
life. But anyways, I was getting to a point, and then I was talking about the damn DeLorean, and then you talk about doing this and butts and stuff.
Welcome to the ADHD show.
No,
That is
no.
beard therapy.
It was Michael Fox in a
Oh,
glass.
that's right.
That's what distracted.
So for 3 hours after I found out that there was a DeLorean within an hour from me that I have access to, dude, I fanboyed forever. I called, can't get on my fucking go. Like I was tripping. The crappy part is, if I lived in Arizona, there was a guy in my neighborhood who had a replica DeLorean as well. And I
Wow.
found out because I was working the ambulance. I'm driving through town at 2 a.m. I look over at the gas station and there's a damn DeLorean at the gas station. Have you ever heard an ambulance peel out in a circle? That's what this guy did. I like no patient in the back. My medic got pissed off because I threw him around, but there was no patient in the car. I go to the gas station. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is DeLorean. He goes, yeah. I said, is it real? He pops open the door. Everything, dude. He had like a setup where you open the door and the music came on. Bro, it was identical to the damn movie. And
Wow.
one of my friends who I went to police academy with, who still works at the PD, I was talking to him like, yeah, dude, I saw this DeLorean. He goes, yeah, that's Ray. He got DeLorean. I said, yeah, so I'm getting gas. He goes, yeah, he gets gas like at 2 or 3 in the morning, so nobody bugs him. I'm like, well, I bugged the shit out of him because I saw this DeLorean.
I injured my medic.
And I lived in the meth capital of the world. Why is there a DeLorean at 2 in the morning at the gas station? I want to know. Find out the guy lives a block and a half from me, and I've never seen a damn DeLorean in my life because I'm not awake at 2 in the morning unless I'm at work.
You know, it'd be kind of cool if you do a re-release of Back to the Future or Beard to the Future, and you tweak the scent just a little bit. So, like
I
you
was
went back
thinking
into
that, but I didn't want to talk about that.
okay.
Way to go, Johnny.
I'm just saying it would be a cool idea.
I'm going to ask James one question, then I got to get out of here. So James Persian says, fat jokes are low-hanging fruit. If they hit you with one, it's because they don't have anything else. But really, you could say that about, blank jokes, whatever, because, quite honestly, making a joke about Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's is pretty low-hanging fruit, too, about any of that kind of stuff. I agree. But look, you got to have a sense of humor about yourself before you can start cracking jokes at others. That's the way I believe. The people get pissed off at find things ill-humored is they don't usually have a sense of humor.
So Walton has called me a son of a biscuit. My mom's not a biscuit. However, we've had a few biscuits in our life. They're delicious. She's, in fact, not a biscuit. But trust me, I am torn with the idea of bringing back because I want to remain limited. So it may not be the same thing you have your hands on now. It may be entirely different Beard to the Future. May I say Beard to the Future 2?
2.
Because there was how many movies?
3.
Just saying. And because I won't have access to this car until winter's over because he doesn't bring it out in the cold months because of the ice, right? On the ice. Yeah. So I'm just saying a summer scent might be getting delayed because as soon as my ass has access to a time machine, we going back to the future. Just saying. Yeah. All right.
I love
it. Your collectible that you have now is still collectible. But stand by to stand by. That's all I gotta say. Great Scott.
Oh, you got a little unintentional beard shake on that one, Gary.
Can I beard shake? No, I
never got a crazy idea, but I'm gonna shut up.
You don't like beard shakes?
When you did the Great Scott, you had a little shimmy going on in your chin. Hey, I'm gonna roll, guys. Feel free to stay on. We're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm gonna have a virtual day or if I'm gonna have to drive and a bunch of crap. So that's
I told my wife she was gonna get 4 to 8 inches tonight, and I let her down.
my version of that joke, Gary, is I told my wife I was going to give her 9 inches and make it hurt, so I fucked her 3 times and punched her. That's my version of that joke.
I've heard that joke in other. Joe, you're terrible, dude.
Johnny, it's my wife. If I want to punch her, I get to punch her.
Hey, in the 1500s, you could do a lot worse than that. It'd be fun.
Look, if I'm going to put a 4-pointed thing in my urethra, I can't. Johnny, it was okay when you were punching a girl on the horse. You weren't so holier than thou then, were you?
She's in a video game. It's not real.
Wait, you were punching whores in the mouth, Johnny? Have you no manners?
She was a wanted fugitive of the law. It was a bounty.
That don't mean you get to punch him.
She was trying to escape.
All right, boys, I'm out. Keep it going, though. Peace. See you guys next week.
We need to have a serious intervention because video games can relate to real life. Like, are you taking out real frustrations? Do you want to hit women in real life, Johnny? Is that what it is?
No, I don't want to hit women in real life.
Do you have a need to kill people? Like, we need to discuss this here. This is called beard therapy. So sit on my couch, Johnny. Put your feet up. We're gonna have a discussion. You know what? This is why I like beard therapy because I'm on here. Like, it's just me. It's not. Yeah, we talk business for a little bit, but that's not what it's for. It's to hang out with you guys.
Exactly.
I mean, I enjoy that. I don't like everybody in the chat. Like that James Pershing guy is kind of rude. I mean, Diablo's kind of crazy, but not as bad as that healthy bearded guy. That the biggest cyberbully this side of Sunday. Like I don't get it.
He's pretty mean. He's a mean guy.
So hey, on the real though, let's talk about Jay Cruz for a minute. You got a minute?
Hey, I got a minute. Yeah, a couple minutes.
All right. So the word hype, and this no offense to Dave, because I'm sure he'll see it. If you look up the definition of the word hype, it's not a positive definition. It's actually, in layman's terms, you're putting a fake spin on something. Like you're overexposing something to make it seem better than it is. You're over elaborating, so you're over celebrating something. Hype's not a good word to describe something. It basically means it's BS. So that's why I'm not a fan of that word. When people say, dude, the hype is real on your products. Like there ain't no hype. Like that's hyperbole. That's BS. Like,
okay.
So anyways.
All right.
So the reason why I get the definition of hype is because there's a lot of people like, you know what? There's a lot of hype behind Jay Cruz. There's not a lot of hype behind Jay Cruz. There's a lot of real beat. Listen, the guy's got 380 subscribers. He's pulling 70 people on live streams on YouTube.
Yeah.
Think about that.
what's the percentage of his subscribers, right? So just to compare him to the big dog, Dan's got 38,000 and he's pulling 300. So Dan's pulling about 10% of his subs to live streams. Jay Cruz is pulling more than 10%. He's pulling almost 25, if not more. I can't do the math in my head right now, but close to 20-25%. So if you look at the numbers,
Yeah.
that's real. Like there's a realness and a truth behind what he's doing, not hype. So yeah, we call Jay Cruz a cyberbully because he is. He smacks old ladies with Goya cans. That's what he does. I don't understand why he does that. At least it's not a twisted T, right?
Yes, this is not exactly.
So-
yeah, it'd be
but-
fatal.
The real behind Cruz is real. Like that, there is something behind. Like I've said for years that people who are chasing to be the next Dan, you're not going to. It's like LeBron James. They come around once in a while. With Jay Cruz, you guys are witnessing the next guy to be the big one. I'm calling it now. He's only got less than 400 subs. He's young, but he's only been doing this a couple months.
Right.
He's growing. He's getting there. He'll learn. He'll progress. He'll tweak. He'll adapt. He'll improve. But the numbers don't lie, right? And his numbers are showing that he's projecting north, right? The trajectory. Is that the right word? Trajectory?
Yeah.
North.
Right.
Anyways, I wanted to say something nice about the cyberbully since everybody's picking on him.
All right.
But
All right. That'll be it for today's Veer Therapy. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
yeah, that's Johnny Grooms. I'm Barbara Joe. Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Kings and tickles.